What's going on, good people? Happy Monday. I am back for a Raw watch-along. How fun is this? I don't know how good the show is going to be tonight. We are going head-to-head with the College Football Championship. LSU versus Clemson, two undefeated teams. That's going to draw a big number. Maybe not as big as my live stream, but it's still going to draw a big number. So I don't know what kind of show we can expect tonight on Monday Night Raw. We got the big fist fight coming up. Looks very interesting. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Can I be seen and heard? Going head-to-head? Yeah, we're good to go. All right, so if, for those of you who don't know, this live stream is kind of a special episode. I kind of suspended my Raw watch-alongs for a few weeks just to kind of regroup. I kind of got burnt out in doing them, and I planned on bringing them back, around WrestleMania time. But I leave this Sunday for the Jericho Cruise, and I'm going to be gone for like 7 days. So this will be the last Monday stream for a couple of weeks. So instead of coming up here after and doing a review of a show that we already know is going to suck, I said, hey, let's just bring back these watch-alongs a little bit early. We'll watch this, what will likely be a kind of a mediocre show, and we'll donate to a good cause and help out our friends in Australia who are just going through hell with these bushfires and these wildfires. And I thought it would be a nice thing to do on the channel, try to do our part to help out our friends because they're a great wrestling audience, and this channel alone has a lot of people from Australia listening to it. So I thought we would do our part to, try to help out as best we could. So that is on the agenda tonight. Raw's kicking off now. Let me turn the volume up so I can hear it and see what we got to start. Anyway, I'm going to go say hello to you guys in the chat, too, and try to catch up these super chats. All right. Raw is kicking off. Where are we at here? All right. Whoops. Whoop, where are we at? There we go. Okay. Now I'm back. I got too many windows opened up here. Barry, MK, and Joshua, let me get back to you guys. Joshua, thank you, man. $1.99. Thank you for the super chat from Australia. Hope you are okay wherever you are living there. And thanks for hanging out today. Barry, good to see you in here as well, man. Did you see the Stone Cold Kane interview? No. Have not seen it yet, but I'm aware of it. And I saw a couple of clips where he talked about being Isaac Yankem. Very interested in watching that probably tonight. And there's also some rumors that Bret Hart is going to be likely the next guest on there as well. So that's kind of cool. How Weezy, good to see you, man. Thanks for the $2 for Australia. Enjoy your trip, my man. Thank you. I will be up this weekend with a Winged Eagle, but after that, I'm going to be rolling out. And I got a Royal Rumble Classic review coming up before I leave as well. So we got some content coming. Let me get back to Raw here. All right. Good to see you, Big J, Mike Witt, Anton. What's up? Shane, Ratnick, Elias, Mike, Anti-Twister, Shadow Rocks, Jet, Colin, Reese. Here comes the Viper, Diehard WWE Addict, Alley Cat, Stone Cold William, Kyle, Sam, Keegs, Tim. All right. See what kind of audience we have in here. Now, I have the game on, so I've got you guys in front of me. I got Raw right here, and I've got the football game on in my living room on the wall. So, we'll see. A lot to take in here. We're going to hang out. I didn't even have any notes made. We'll chat as we go through here about the Tessa Blanchard situation. She did win the Impact World title last night at Hard to Kill, and I was curious if that was the plan all along, which obviously it was. I was curious if they were going to, maybe change their mind last minute, and they didn't. They went through with it and sparked a lot of debate, but the most important thing, got people talking about Impact, which nobody ever does. So that's a good thing. Look at this thing. Fist fight? What the fuck? The rules to this thing are ridiculous, too. Apparently the referee can just stop it. Oh, good. Brock is in the house. I put him on the thumbnail, so I'm glad he's at least here. All right. Cool. And by the way, also smash the thumbs up for me as well. Let's try to get those likes up. Hopefully people will stumble across this video tonight in the next 3 hours and hang out with us and help out our Australian friends. Thank you, Austin Kinkle, for the kangaroos. I appreciate it, man. That was some of the saddest stories of just reading what's happening to the wildlife there. And there's even planes dropping in food for the animals and stuff. It's gnarly. So yikes. And like I said, I'm very sympathetic to this because I live in Southern California, and fires are a threat all the time, especially in dry places like us and like Australia. So, yeah. Austin, I'm sorry, Stone Cold, you're next. Thank you for the $2 as well. Going to Worlds Collide and Royal Rumble for Australia. All right, man. Thank you. You are? That is awesome. That's going to be a fun weekend. That's going to be a fun weekend. Houston's going to be rocking. All right, Randy Orton's in the ring, about to cut a promo. I'll try to knock out a couple super chats before he starts talking. Barry MK 400, thank you for $5 more, dude. Appreciate it. I loved Royal Rumble 07, great Rumble match, plus the Cena Umaga match. Well, you're in luck, because that's the one I'm doing. Michael Cuomo, thanks for the $3, dude. I appreciate it. You're doing a good cause, my man. Thank you. Trying to help out, you know. They deserve it. They're good people. They're our friends. Let's help. We always help out your friends, right? I thought we might have AJ and Orton tonight. I thought the match was going to happen. I guess Rumble. Bryan, Fiend, Corbin, Roman, probably AJ, Orton. Something involving Seth and Owens, maybe. Becky, Asuka. Oh, let me guess. It's No Way Jose. No, it's probably AJ Styles is who he's calling out here. Well, look at that. Get your ass out here, AJ Styles, and please take your time because I got some super chats to answer. Antoine Fair, good to see you in here, man. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Let's get the headline out of these. These ratings are going to be low. Yeah, this is Raw, but I'm so tired of Roman getting beat up. A six-man, last-man standing match. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, right? This fist fight bullshit. It amazes me how many different names WWE has for matches that are essentially the same thing. Like, what's the difference between a no-holds-barred match and an Extreme Rules match, or a no-disqualification match and a hardcore match? You know, it's all the same. You just combine them. Just make one damn match. Call it a do-whatever-the-fuck-you-want match. On a pole. All right, here comes AJ. Joshua, thanks for another, man. Another $2, dude. I appreciate it. This year's Rumble winners won't get drafted to war. No, I don't think they will. K-Dog's Kennel, good to see you. I'm doing very good. Yeah. NorCal shout-out from Sonic. And NorCal gets so many other things, you know, like the earthquakes and, like, you know, because they're wetter, too, than us. I mean, it's just like the mudslides and it's just a nonsense everywhere. Everywhere you live, there's something. I used to live on the East Coast, and I had a constant threat of being butt-fucked by hurricanes every year. Then I move out here, and I got to worry about my shit burning down. It's like you can't escape it. If you want to live in a nice place, you got to pay the price. Which sucks. Hey, Lovell, thank you for the very generous $25, man. I appreciate it. Love the channel. Good mic work. Keep it up. Stay strong, Australia. Yeah, thank you, man. That's very, very generous. So, yeah, after all this is done, I'll add up all the super chats, and I'll take the ad revenue. I'll wait a few days, and we'll send it on over to the Australian Red Cross. By the way, you don't have to do it here. If you'd like to donate directly to them yourself, you can do that. The link is right underneath in the description. First thing you see, the website for the Australian Red Cross. There's a donate button right there. Just click it, and you can just pay right with your PayPal, credit card, whatever. So you don't have to do it here if you don't want. We're just trying to help them out.
It's just not true, Randy, and you know it. Why is that? Oh, why is that? Well, maybe you didn't watch last week on Raw.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of jibber-jabber just to set up either a Royal Rumble match or something tonight, right? All right, they're still going through the pleasantries on the football game. Still looks like national anthem, maybe. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but game hasn't started yet.
You know what, Randy? Many people said it's probably the best RKO they've ever seen. Yeah.
By the way, I'll do my best not to miss anything. I think I've gotten all the super chats.
Most of them said that my RKO was phenomenal. Yeah.
Nah, AJ, you're very good, but your RKO is not as good as Orton's.
So good. I mean, maybe that's all I need.
I'm drinking some beer tonight, by the way, because I have to prime my body for what's going to be a lot more drinking than I'm used to when I go on the Jericho cruise. I'm not much of a drinker anymore. I just drink socially, and when I do, it's like a couple of beers, and that's it. And it's going to be a lot more than that next week.
That includes Brock Lesnar. That includes...
Oh, here comes McIntyre. You know, Mike Witt, I don't know. You've got Clemson. I don't have a dog in this fight. Ew. Oh, yeah, I don't want to be watching this right now. I guess I don't care. LSU, Clemson, both Southeast teams. I grew up in that area, and I kind of know a lot of fans of both. I don't really like Alabama because I think Nick Saban's a jack-off. But I don't have anything against either team, really. So, may the best team win. Don't really care. Plus, I don't know who's favored.
AJ Styles and Randy Orton. And they're having themselves an RKO measuring contest. My Claymore is bigger.
My Claymore's bigger.
But they're also talking about
How many Randy Orton? I mean, I'm sure there's been millions. My noodle just can't recall them. How many Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre matches have we had since he's been back? Any? Certainly we've had one, right? 'Cause that's not a horrible match either. Anti-Twister 08, thank you for the $5 and your contribution as well. Appreciate it. What are your thoughts on the Royal Rumble picks for surprise entrance? One of mine is Velveteen Dream. That's one of mine too. I asked on Saturday in the podcast where the hell he is. All right, triple threat. We're going to do that now. We're going to go to commercial first. Is this thing just going to kick off? But yeah, considering how long Velveteen's been out now, and I thought he was due back already. I mean, I knew he was injured and things like that, but I thought he was kind of rumored to be close to returning. So maybe when they realized it's getting close to the end of the year, just hold him off for the Royal Rumble and move him on. And NXT's been, rolling and cooking pretty well without him. So maybe they feel this is the time to move him up. And I mentioned that about a lot of guys too. Like with Keith Lee, I think he's going to win the North American title because I think Ciampa is going to take the belt from Cole. So he's kind of next in line for the title right now, I feel. Which means there's no room at the top for that for Velveteen. He's already had the North American title. What's the point of him really coming back at this point? So bringing him to the main roster and Royal Rumble could be a great way to do it. Or it could just be an appearance and he stays in NXT. I don't know. Damn. I've never seen McIntyre do the Claymore and then right into a nip-up. That's impressive. Gallows and Anderson got their asses kicked as well. I'm going to turn the volume down during commercial because in some of my previous Raw reactions, like commercials with music in them have gotten like copyrights on my shit. So got to be careful of that. Yeah, at least we didn't get a train of 3 more wrestlers coming out after McIntyre, all individually with their music and all with a microphone. Whoever that is singing the national anthem, I briefly thought it was Kathy Kelly. Kind of looks like her. Do I really want to see Dream buried? No, I don't. But they're not going to keep him in NXT forever. I'm a big believer in nobody should be overly eager to leave NXT, but he's such an over-the-top character. They're going to bring someone like him up to the main roster. He's too young. It's just going to happen. And it's not an automatic given. I mean, come on. We got to give them a tiny bit of credit. There have been people coming from NXT that have seen good success. I mean, I know we still want more than what Kevin Owens has achieved, but all in all, he's in a pretty good spot on the roster. He's not No Way Jose. So not everybody turns into that. And Velveteen is damn good. But hopefully he won't fall into like a Tyler Breeze or Fandango category and he's in a stupid tag team with R-Truth in a year. Not that can't happen, but I'd rather stay optimistic than negative. But Velveteen's one of the guys where it's like, okay, he might be all right, but there's some other ones like for example, Gargano. I'm very nervous about Adam Cole. I'm very nervous about all of Undisputed Era, to be honest. There are some players in NXT that I'm extremely nervous them coming up to the main roster. And then there's some that I think will be okay. I think Baszler is another good example of someone who will be okay. Velveteen, I think, has a chance to be okay. That's way up in the air. So some are going to be all right, and then some you just know are doomed from the start. So just depends. Depends on the situation. Brock versus Drew. Antoine, thanks for the $2. I would love that. We talked about Drew. I mean, he's on the list of potential winners for the Royal Rumble. A Brock and Drew showdown is extremely possible now with Brock entering the Rumble at number 1. So he can come face-to-face with a lot of guys. Here comes NXT. LSU is coming out to a very WWE-like entrance. Lights are off. Pyro. Smoke. Where are they? Oh, in the Superdome. Oh, wow, shit. So they've got a lot of Well, Clemson's not far from there either, but it feels like the home field might be in LSU's favor here. There's a championship belt in the crowd. Damn, Clemson and LSU with the game being held in Louisiana. You think there might be a redneck or two in that building? Holy shit. Gravy sweating cousin fuckers, as Greg Giraldo would say. K-Dog's Kennel, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. What were your thoughts on the Hardy Boys feud? What were your thoughts on the Hardy Boys feud in 2009? Matt costing Jeff the WWE title at the Royal Rumble and their matches at WrestleMania 25 and Backlash. I barely remember the Backlash one, but I remember Mania. I liked it because the reason I liked the feud is because they tried it like 7 or 8 years before, like 01 or 02, and man, they shit the bed on it. It just was not good. So for them to do it again and try again, and this time do it right with a WrestleMania match, I thought it was very good, and I'm glad that Matt won the match. Didn't Matt win at WrestleMania? Because that to me was a big surprise, and it gave Matt kind of his due type of thing. So I very much liked the feud, at least what I remember of it. Might be a fun thing to review one day. I liked the Jeff Hardy and CM Punk stuff right before Jeff left. I liked that too. The Backlash match, though, I'm having trouble remembering. Don't even remember who won that. Probably Jeff. By the way, this triple threat's going on between Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and Drew McIntyre. Seems like a decent match so far. I guess it's a good one to open with. I mean... Oh, okay. That was a German into a superplex. That was interesting. I mean, for real, though, like, all three of these wrestlers are good. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles are all great wrestlers. So, what's really to complain about this triple threat, I guess?
The 30 superstars in the Royal Rumble matchup. Brock Lesnar will be entering the Royal Rumble at number 1. The WWE Champion and the Beast still to come here live tonight.
Oh, yeah, Big J. I think Johnny Gargano would get lost. He wouldn't get lost on the main roster. He'd get lost in the locker room. You know, there's some guys like that I think he won't be bigger on the main roster than he is in NXT, basically. And if I'm a wrestler, that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm like, is my move to the main roster going to result in more success? You know, would I rather be here contending for the North American or NXT title or contending for the 24/7 title? You know, so you got to look. I'd be looking at it like that, you know. Tommaso Ciampa famously has said, if you move me to the main roster, I will retire. My body cannot handle that. Which is why I think they're like, all right, we'll keep you in NXT. Let's capitalize on you now while there's still some health left to you. Put you in the ring with Cole and maybe do a title switch. That's what I think they're going to do. Beautiful drop kick by Randy Orton. Even his age, he can still throw a beauty. I'd like to see a 2020 Drew McIntyre against a 1995 Razor Ramon. Or maybe a 94 Razor Ramon. That would be fun. What makes no sense? This match? 3 guys coming out on a wrestling show, cutting a promo, and it leads to a match? That makes no sense. That's literally done every week. That's literally done several times a week. It's kind of like page 1 wrestling stuff. Happens on every show. So I don't know how it doesn't make sense. Oh, good. Good stairs bump by McIntyre. Thank you, Mr. E. Good to see you in here. Hopefully we'll see some people in here. Audience will likely be pretty low. Yikes, 100 people? Hey, will y'all do me a favor and smash that thumbs up? Those likes are ass. What am I, some jabroni? Thanks, y'all. What's up, Evan? Yeah, we've got, man, that Saudi Arabia show is booked for February 20th. I thought that was going to be after WrestleMania. But now it's before. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's bad. We already have Fastlane and Elimination Chamber, which those alone are way too much. Now you're adding a Saudi show, and you got to go over there and do that shit again. Ugh. And that could be where we see Edge have a match. He could show up in the Rumble, create an issue with someone, return match in Saudi Arabia. I mean, how can you do a WrestleMania caliber show 1 month before WrestleMania? How stupid is that?
Can't do this. Yes, he can. And here he goes for the RKO. Unable to counter. The Viper now. Coming back in. Oh, Styles.
Nice Pele on Randy Orton there. By AJ. Nathan Hansen, good to see you. Thanks for the $2. Thoughts on a face McIntyre? I guess I'm not against it. I like McIntyre as a heel. I think he's a good heel. But he's already been a heel on the roster for a while, and WWE've done absolutely shit with him. So maybe to kind of restart his momentum, you need a babyface turn. It's WWE's own fault. He could have had a lot of mileage as a heel if they just would have put him in title programs and big situations and some main events and given him a chance. He never did shit. And he has had great matches on Raw. A couple of matches he had with Ricochet there around the King of the Ring were phenomenal. Dude's good. Styles clash on AJ from Randy. Oh, he's not going to beat him with that, is he? That move scares me shitless. Oh, and there's another one from you. See you on the Jericho Cruise. All right, so there's a couple people in the chat. You're going to be there. Devlin, I know, is going to be there. That is sweet, man. That is so sweet. Yeah, we leave Sunday. I'm so fucking ready. Yeah, Mike. Packers won there. I mean, they had a home field. They better have won that game. And it was close. And I watched the Chiefs-Texans game because my brother-in-law is a big Chiefs fan, so they invited the family over. Like, hey, anybody wants to stop by and watch the game coming over? So I went over and watched it. When they were up like 24-0, I'm like, oh, God. And the Chiefs just shattered all sorts of records. There's the RKO on AJ. Claymore from, there's that spot. Typical triple threat spot. That's the only way triple threat matches end. One guy hits their finisher, and then the third guy comes in and tosses him out, or punches him, or in McIntyre's case, claymores him, and then jumps on the fallen guy for the pin. Well, good for McIntyre. I'm glad he won that. See, what I'm worried about, though, is a lot of people were talking about McIntyre. Oh, I like this new babyface McIntyre. He could win the Rumble now. A lot of people are kind of getting on his bandwagon, but what I'm worried is happening here is WWE is trying to, just in a span of a few weeks, make you think that McIntyre is a contender just to add another potential contender to the match. You know what I mean? Like, just to make the field stronger. Because McIntyre, even though he's a boss, he just hasn't been featured like one, on TV and presented as one. Now, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, let's make the fans think that he has a chance just to give us as many options as possible. And then after the Royal Rumble, he's right back to doing what he was doing. I know that's cynical, but it's what I suspect could be possible. A Level, thank you for another one, dude. Thank you for the $10. Your contributions are going to be really appreciated when I make that donation. Thank you, man. What is your opinion on Brian Cage signing with AEW? Have fun on the Jericho Cruise. Thank you. That's a big signing for them. That's a good deal. Now, I'm only kind of mildly familiar with what took place last night in his match with Rob Van Dam. Apparently he was injured. Some sort of a wonky finish there where it was like a no contest. And then Van Dam ended up working with somebody else. I know Brian Cage said blood on his face, and I think he hurt his shoulder, something like that. And apparently he's out the door and heading to AEW. So I guess fans weren't sure if that was the reason for what they did last night or what. But that's a big signing. That's good for them. I mean, at least he's somewhat recognizable or known. When he comes in, he can have a prominent role there. Where if he goes into WWE, he's just going to be another good-looking dude with a body. That's what they have plenty of those. So I think good move for him. Hope it works out. Oh, too bad you can't stick around, Ruben. But thanks for hanging out just for a brief couple of moments. I'm going to miss another one down here. Michael Kumo, thank you for another $5, my friend. I appreciate it. With the comparisons with with comparisons with Austin, do you think Bad News Brown would have saw bigger success if Bad News debuted his gimmick in WWE in 1996 instead? No, I don't know. Maybe. The thing is Bad News, I loved Bad News. He was really good, but I don't think he was like as good as Austin. I don't think he was as good as Austin in the ring. He was just a kind of a more, on his feet brawler, which wasn't necessarily bad. I think Austin could do a little bit more, and I think Austin was a little better on the mic. Because Bad News thing was that he just hates everybody. And he was kind of a believable badass in the 80s. Like, I thought he could have an actual chance to take the belt off of Macho Man. Right after WrestleMania 4, he won the Battle Royal, and I remember thinking he could do it and came really close to beating Savage a few times, but never did. So that was like the peak of his popularity there, or as far as how successful he was. If he came in 96, though, even though Bad News was good, I think Austin was better. Austin was a better bald-headed, I hate everybody type of guy. Bad News was funny, though. I'm not saying Bad News was bad on the mic. He had a very good voice, very almost like I don't know, maybe like a James Earl Jones type of, tone to his voice. And he could talk and shit. It's just, I don't know. I don't think he could talk smack quite as good as Austin. So, yeah, I think Bad News was about as big as he got because he made some money. I mean, challenging for a title in the 80s, that's a big deal. Probably a bigger deal than it would have been when business was down in 96, challenging, Shawn or something, just for Shawn to wind up and beat him. But if he was there, it would have hindered Austin's growth too, because now you got two guys exactly alike. And I don't know if I can envision a Bad News 316 shirt. I think Bad News was good in the era that he was in. He was good in Stampede too. Always a believable badass. I think he was one in real life. Like, he's not somebody that I'd test. Can't remember what year he died. Oh, that's right, yeah. Well, maybe. Well, Cody's already got Arn with him now, so Cage coming in to be Cody's muscle to combat Wardlow. I don't know. Cage is a decent enough piece of talent. They might want to just build him on his own. He said this is the first in WWE, a fist fight? I mean, not really. Are you not allowed to do anything else except fake punch each other? I don't like that at all. How good can that be? Oh my God, they're asking like this Big Show shit's a big deal. Nobody cares. WWE. How are we looking over here? We're all good.
Because in his words, he says both of you are individualists.
That's right. The fact is, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I'm a prideful man, but even I recognize a little backup is needed. Said Rollins and the AOP.
Reading through some Twitters.
Versus the three of us. I assume you don't mean three of us. No. Hey, listen, I got a guy. It's all right.
Yeah, Bad News Brown, I think, knew some judo. Yeah, he wouldn't be somebody you'd want to mess with, that's for sure. I think he would do just fine in like 96. It's hard to like think that anybody could do Austin better than Austin, just hard to envision. I hate the way Seth Rollins says Messiah. I'd rather hear the word moist on a tape loop for an hour. It's the Big Show. After they hyped us all up, got us all excited, it was going to be fucking Keith Lee. Are they going to do anything, do you think, with these guys at the Rumble? Like, is it going to be... Are they going to have a match prior to the Rumble, like Seth and Owens? Are they going to do some big six-man here? Another one, anyway? I mean, these six guys have the fist fight. I guess that's the main event? Ew, God. I like the little fists in the graphic there. Punching the letters. So edgy. I don't know who I'd take. Big Show and Samoa Joe? I don't know. Just tape up fists. Hey, that's a good idea, Austin. Funny thing is, it's kind of a joke, but it's also kind of possible. Big Show turning heel and joining Seth Rollins. I don't know. He just knocked him out last week, though. But I could totally see it happening. All right, we've got LSU way back on their own goal line here. Looks like they're on their own 3. Yikes. I'm sorry, yeah, LSU. Way back. Trying to throw his way out of there. Nope.
Can Samoa Joe stop us? Can the Big Show stop us?
I don't think Seth is that good at being like the cult type leader, you know? I am the chosen one. That bullshit. Yeah, who mentioned Jeff Jarrett there? I lost you in the chat. Oh, Tim. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I just don't want Seth Rollins to start saying slap nuts. I might have to go live in the forest for the rest of my life if he does.
That destiny remains intact.
Seth, CM Punk is better at this than you.
We must stand up tonight. We must impose our will tonight. We must show the entire world what happens when you do not embrace the vision
Shut up, Seth.
of the Monday night.
Oh, yeah, there's been more than one. Now that you said that, Big J, Tully Blanchard and Ronnie Garvin had a taped fist match. There have been taped fist matches before. So those do exist, but... And they're taping their fists, but this one's just called a fist fight. Oh, my God. I love how WWE thinks if they reshuffle around the words of the match, it somehow changes the match. It's the same fucking match. Punch people. Nathan Hansen, thanks for another $2, dude. Appreciate it. How would you end Alana and Bobby versus Rusev feud? I don't know. Maybe car bomb? Electrocution? Something like that. Maybe something heavy falling on him, squashing all three of them. Maybe, no, let's save Rusev. Let's save Rusev, who, apparently, according to his Twitter, is going to be a free agent soon. So probably just more of... I think WWE wrestlers like fucking with people. So we'll see. Jake Daniels, thanks for the $5, dude. Yes, I did hear about La Parka. Now, this is not the same La Parka from WCW. This is the AAA version of him. It's kind of confusing, but the other one, I think, is still around working as LA Park, and I think that's the one that was in WCW in the 90s. So... there's been like 3 of them. There's been that one and the two La Parkas, and there's a La Parquita, the little miniature version too. So La Parkas are everywhere. But yeah, he was a legend in Mexico. And as far as I know, I have that story right, but it's not the WCW version of him.
When kids won't eat dinner, potato pay them to. Orida, win at mealtime.
Yeah, what do you think? Seth's got something in his glove? He's probably got loaded gloves. What an asshole. Hell, they should do it like, I think it's Bloodsport. I think it's like a Jean-Claude Van Damme, and they wrap their fists, and they put glue on them, and they dip them in broken glass. Holy shit. That's some ECW shit. That's some FMW or CCW or Japanese deathmatch crap. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if not sure if there's more La Parkas or more Doinks. I remember back in the Attitude Era, somebody back in my hotline days was 1,000,000% convinced and trying to convince me that there were 2 Undertakers, like 2 real Undertakers. 2 people have been playing the role. And I'm like, well, that one time in 94, and she's like, no, like for real, like some crazy wrestling fan, and insisted that 2 people, like there's just 2, it's this big conspiracy, WWE's trying to keep it under wraps, and I'm like, that just makes 0 sense. I'm like, well, where the hell was he in 94 when one was injured? Why didn't they just keep it on TV with the other one? Like, oh my God, it's like the earth is flat type of thing, where they're clearly wrong, and it's clearly provably untrue, but yet they refuse to believe it. Nope, don't care about facts. I still don't ever think that person was convinced that there's only one.
You're talking about a first-generation American from the streets of the Imperial Valley who rose to beat the odds. She worked nights and weekends till she earned.
I thought Punk vs. Seth was an option when they were kind of going back and forth at first. I'm like, well, there's a perfect match right there. You need that attraction at WrestleMania. You need those type of matches, and that's a pretty damn good one to do. You know, because if Punk thinks he's going to come back in WWE and now get his WrestleMania main event, he's fucking crazy. So it's the best they're going to be able to do is put him in a high-profile featured match like this. You know, and with somebody like Seth, I think that would be great. I don't know, though. Punk doesn't seem... I think he's trying to remind fans that he is not... still has no desire to really get back in bed with WWE directly based on what he tweeted about The Miz last week. It's just crazy. So I don't know. C-Mac, thanks for the $5, man. Appreciate it. What up, Greg? Happy New Year. Missed you. Missed you, too. You haven't been back since the New Year? What the F? It's January 13th. Let me go to your page right here and block you so you don't come back. I'm kidding. Happy New Year to you, too, man. Oh, Mojo's here. Wow, I thought they would save Mojo for the main event. Ricochet and Mojo. What's the point of this match? What's up, Jordan? Good to see you. Good to see you. Green Cane was another myth. You know, there was a myth about two Canes as well, and the two Canes one, I almost believed for a little while because Kane really changed shapes a few times there. I'm trying to think the time period. I want to say it was around 99, because I was at the King of the Ring that year in 99. And that match is one... I'm reading a tweet there from Joe Cronin. That match is one that I remember specifically because Kane was really lanky and tall and skinny. And he was a lot, like, beefier before then. So he always, like, fluctuated in his weight. Not that Kane was ever, like, big or overweight, but sometimes he was bigger and sometimes he was skinnier. And a couple of times there, right around, like, that mid to late 99... Just go look at a Kane match and just see how tall and skinny he was and compare that to when he came in 97. It really did look like two different men. But it wasn't. You know, the mannerisms and the style in the ring, there's no way you can duplicate that. But a lot of people were, I remember speculating online that the other Kane could be Brian Clark, formerly Adam Bomb, who was Wrath in WCW, and he was almost about the same size, but he was way too tanned, and it just wasn't him, you know? And there's all sorts of rumors about that, and that one was almost a little bit believable because at least there was some evidence, even though it wasn't true. But the Undertaker one was just ridiculous because you can see his face. How did this other brother stay invisible all these years in wrestling, you know? Were there two Mark Calloways? Were there two Mean Marks? It amazes me how exhausting it can be to argue with a stupid person.
It might not just be trying to show others what he can do. Maybe it's Ricochet in his own mind saying, hey, I can throw out 29 other men.
Thank you for the $2, Addicted Chip. Appreciate it. What do you think is an Eric Rowan's cage? Kevin Dunn. I am still convinced it's Kevin Dunn. And based on Mojo Rawley's reaction last week, I'm convinced. I mean, nothing is that frightening. Except for his face. In 2000, Kane looked massive. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the exact year. I want to say it's 99. I'm pretty confident about that. But that's when he went through his skinny phase. And not skinny, he's still like a monster, but just watch an early 98 or late 97 Kane match and watch a mid-99 match. They look vastly different. They really do. And then in 2001, Kane got jacked again. I remember like the Royal Rumble and into WrestleMania 17 and then the feud he had with Austin and Triple H with Taker. Like, he was big. He was a lot bigger than he was in 99. So he's always kind of changed. But still, the way he throws punches and the way he delivers offense and throws choke slams and stuff, you know. I think there's only one wrestler in history to ever accurately, completely mimic a wrestler's style, and that is Chris Benoit, mimicking the Dynamite Kid. They are extremely similar, where if you put both of them under a mask, I'd have to squint and look really hard to be able to tell which one was which. Nobody since Benoit has been able to do that to that extent. Ricochet's got Mojo down. He's going up for his, 1430 or whatever? 630. Sorry, I thought it was 1430. Joey G, thanks for the $2, dude, and that cool-looking dancing bird. How'd you do that? Must be science. It's technology. Oh, wow, that said chat disconnected. Is everything all right with the stream here? Look good over here. I think we're good. I know, I barely listen to Lawler. Has he been boring tonight? I've been talking so much with you guys. We're only eyeballing Raw tonight. This show's going to suck. It's not like it's a go-home show or anything. I probably won't even... There's no way I'll watch Raw next week. I mean, I'll have it on my phone. I'll be on the ship when Raw airs, so I don't know if... I'm sure the bars and shit will have it on. Ricochet, are you dancing, dude? Is he still with Casey Catanzaro? Aren't they together? Looks like she might be. I thought she was in NXT or Performance Center and then gone, and now she's kind of coming back in, so maybe her wrestling career's not over. Oh, hi, Street Profits. Whenever someone tries to do the cane walk, it just looks like they need to take a shit. Yeah. That one when they had that double cane thing, and what year did that happen? That guy sucked. I think that was Gallows, right? Toxic Banana, nice. You're going to Raw next week. You won tickets. Where's the show? Where is Raw next week? I guess I could Google it, but I got too many windows opened up. You just got to tell me.
I think the only question left now is Dawkins.
Dawkins has a baby boy? Good for him.
Dawkins.
Only one?
Dawkins. What? Come on, man. Pay attention. I'm talking about the fight.
Look, man, I would be disappointed if somebody get knocked out.
Who's more annoying, Corey Graves or Mark Madden? I'm going Mark Madden. I'm not a fan of Corey Graves, but I haven't gone that far. Mark Madden I just never liked.
Wow. And then Gornick, pop culture reference.
Pop culture reference. Well, whatever that was went over my head because I don't know.
We got the constellations of fist fight. Alistair and Buddy.
Wichita, Kansas. Damn. Middle of America. Right on.
Hit the Queen's music.
Here comes Charlotte. Tell you what, man, Charlotte is kind of my... I mean, unless they do a swerve with like Rousey or Baszler. If it's not going to be one of them, I think I'm going Charlotte to win. Because you just got to think, WWE's going to have her in a big match at WrestleMania. So if it's not a title match, it would have to be something else. It would have to be like a dream match with like a Trish Stratus, like how they did back at SummerSlam. So if she's not going to be in a title match and she's not going to be like in a high-profile dream match, there goes Clemson running hard. They're going to score. No, is he in? No. Tackle to the 10 with a flag. That might be face mask or something. So if she's not going to do anything like that, what is she going to do? They're not going to have her do nothing. So I think maybe winning the Royal Rumble and jumping to SmackDown to challenge Bayley. That way Becky can be left to do whatever she needs to do on Raw with a Ronda Rousey or a Baszler or someone like that. Because what's Becky going to do at WrestleMania at this point? She beats Asuka at the Royal Rumble. Who's left on the Raw roster to challenge her? That's why I think Rousey could come in the Rumble and win it and then challenge Becky or something like that. But that leaves Charlotte on Raw. So unless they do the triple threat rematch and put all three of them in there again... which I don't know if I see that happening either. I kind of wonder what they're going to do with Charlotte. Because don't think WWE's going to just not put her in a match or put her on the pre-show or put her in the Women's Battle Royal or something like that. She's going to do something significant. I'd be very surprised if she didn't. Thank you for the $4.99 Ricochet's Finger Lube. 3 best matches ever. Flair vs. Steamboat Clash of Champions 6. Yeah. I just watched that one like maybe a year ago. Austin vs. Brett, WrestleMania 13, and HBK Taker 25. Best 3 matches ever. I don't know, man. Best 3 matches ever. That's so tough to pick. I will absolutely agree 1,000,000% with HBK and Taker at WrestleMania 25. That thing was still amazing. Flair and Steamboat had their share of drama as well, and that was really good. How it compares to Flair and Savage at WrestleMania 3 just depends on your flavor. Austin and Brett... You know, that one's in there for the drama. That one's in there for the finish. The brawl prior to the match was nothing more than we've ever seen. Brawling on the outside, steel stair, steel ring post, chair shots, over the barricade, brawling into the crowd. Where the drama happened was in the ring with the blood and the dramatic refuse to quit ending and Ken Shamrock and all of that. So it basically is how you define what the best match is ever. If you're just judging it pure on in-ring work, I wouldn't put Austin and Brett in there. If you're judging it on drama and, fans being on the edge of their seat in the memorable moment, it absolutely deserves to be on the list. And then trying to put Flair and Steamboat kind of has a category of both. So I don't know. But the one I'll disagree, or the one I'll agree with 100% is HBK and Taker, for sure. RWF Racing, thank you, man, for the very generous $20. You guys are all being awesome tonight. This feels really good. This will be nice to make that donation to them and try to help out, because that is just a horrible situation there. So I appreciate your donation as well. RWF Racing, going to a good cause. I know not everyone will agree with me, but NWA Power is so much better than WWE. Yeah, well, that's kind of subjective. I like NWA Power. I've still been eyeballing it. Their pay-per-views have had some success. They're getting some names in there and bringing some guys in, and they're still rolling, and a lot of fans like it. Just depends on what your flavor is. It depends on how you define better. If you mean better as in I enjoy it more than WWE, then yeah, because that's how you would define better in that situation. But as far as better goes, they draw more numbers, draw more fans, sell more merch, sell more tickets, bring in overall revenue. Not even close. I don't think they bring in more revenue than one employee in WWE. So just depends on how you look at it. But as far as what entertains you, how one promotion entertains you as opposed to another, you have every right to say that you like them the best. I'm glad you do, because I like the simplicity of it. I like what they've done. They had a little hiccup there with Jim Cornette and some of that other stuff, but for the most part, I like their presentation. But I don't know if they can really. Clemson is about to be up 7-0, by the way. Field goal is good. Or extra point is good. 7-0 lead for Clemson. So, I don't know if they can sustain this type forever. It feels like they're going to inevitably, if they want to grow, they're going to have to grow as far as doing more business and, maybe venturing into different environments. But if they just want to stay a YouTube show that presents wrestling in a little studio like that, I'm fine with it, as long as they can continue to make money doing it. I don't want to see much change, but I think inevitably, if they truly want to grow as a company, they're going to have to change. This is going to have to be their starting point. This is their relaunch. This is how they're reintroducing, this name and this brand and these initials back into the wrestling mainstream. And to have no desire to go beyond that, if you have no desire to go beyond that, how are you ever going to have more success? So it's going to be tricky for them. There's a lot of wrestling out there right now, where companies are now putting titles on women, to create some buzz, like we saw last night with Impact. All right, so we got Sarah Logan and Charlotte here. Sarah did something to her robe last week, right? I'm liking this new look on Logan. I've always been a fan of Sarah Logan. You guys know that. Oh, I like how she slid down the... That's new. Yeah, you just like the studio show style. So do I. And when I saw the first episode of that, I could not believe how accurate it was. It was a little better, a little brighter, a little more modern, but that backdrop and that aesthetic that they were trying to recreate, they did a fantastic job of doing that. And just give it with a little bit of a modern flair, but not too much. Simple, to the point. And one of the biggest problems we see in WWE is like their overproduction. And then just shoving lights and graphics and crap in our face constantly, and pyro and replays and theme music. Well, none of that stuff is really that necessary sometimes. Sarah looks to be in really good shape, too. Oh, my God, did she eat a boot? Charlotte's been doing a new thing with her makeup the past couple of weeks. I think it looks good.
Charlotte Flair wasting no time. And you see Sarah Logan heading for higher grounds for a moment, and there is the Queen standing tall. Don't be upset.
How come I can't remember? Which group was she in? Was Logan in the Riot Squad or in the... Who the fuck was the Riot Squad? It was Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan and... Was it Logan?
Charlotte Flair not waiting anymore, going right to Sarah Logan.
Dustin, what's up? No, I don't think they're replacing Fastlane. I mean, they might be, but I don't think so. WWE Fastlane 2020. Let's look it up. I actually don't see a date for this.
Referee's at 7. Flair with a forearm. Charlotte trying to get back in the ring and boom. Referee is at 8. Charlotte Flair finally getting away from Sarah Logan.
I thought it was the week before. I'm now struggling to find Fastlane here. I thought I've looked this up before. I thought it was like the week before the 20th. Maybe there's not. I don't know what the hell. February 9th. No, that's not right either. I can't find the date for that. Sarah's about to tap out here to that figure 8. She's done. She's got to tap. Yo, Keegs, thank you for the $5, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the great content, sending much positivity and strength to Australia. Yes, I second that. For sure. Thank you for your contribution, dude. Thank you to everybody. You guys have been awesome so far tonight. I have no idea who's in here. How many people we got in here watching? Not horrible. Keep smashing that like button for me, will you? Hook a brother up. Let's get them likes on. Oh, she's putting her robe back on. Shoes, I'm going to put my sexy NBC Peacock costume back on. No, Clemson maybe with a sack there or something. Oh, and she's going to beat her up when she's got the robe on? Oh, poor Sarah. How dare you do that to her, Charlotte? Come on now. Steven Scott, thank you very much as well, man, for the $10. Very generous. You are awesome. Hey, GoodMicWork, I forgot to ask you this during the Q&A. Who are the biggest missed opportunities of the decade? Cesaro and Damian Sandow come to mind. Man, there's... Even if I name a few, dude, I'm going to miss some because there's been so many. Cesaro and Sandow probably are two of the biggest. Absolutely. I'd say... I mean, I know fans didn't really care much about him, but I kind of thought Kurt Axel, could have been better, just given his lineage. Him and Cesaro both were briefly Paul Heyman guys and amounted to nothing. Bo Dallas, NXT champion, never did jack shit on the roster. So Brock is here live. I don't know why. But Sandow, man, I mean... He was like a perfect example of that. You hear that all the time. Like, WWE doesn't want you getting over unless they give you permission to get over. And every time it happens, it's like it makes them mad and they fucking bury you. And he's an excellent example of that. Zack Ryder is another excellent example of that. And it's ridiculous. What a fucked up company this is. Justin Wally, excuse me. Has anything interesting happened? Just tuning in? Not really. Pretty good triple threat to open the show with Orton, AJ, and McIntyre that drew 1. Aside from that, not much, man. Charlotte just annihilated Sarah Logan. Fist fight hasn't happened yet. Brock's on the show later. LSU is not doing well so far against Clemson. Looks like they're about to punt. Oh, God. Turn that down for a minute. Yeah, I'm not playing well, but it's super early. The Kansas City Chiefs did not play well yesterday in the first quarter, and they scored 1 million unanswered points. Even my dad sent me a text, my stepdad, a news article saying that, how like when teams score a touchdown, they shoot off fireworks and shit. They ran out of fireworks. They scored so many fucking points. They ran out of pyro. I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, my brother-in-law, who's a big Chiefs fan, was very happy because it was a little scary in there for a while, especially after Baltimore got spanked like that, and they were kind of the favorites to win the whole thing. Looked like Lightning was going to strike twice. We got a pretty decent Final Four now in the NFL. Not really sure who I'm rooting for yet at this point. Maybe the Packers. Oh, there's a flag on that? Oh, my God. I swear, it feels like in football, any deep pass that's incomplete is always pass interference. Like, all the time. Just throw it deep. Even if he doesn't catch it, flag's coming out. Damn, that was a big penalty on Clemson. No, Tomcat, I missed Charlotte's wardrobe malfunction. But with those things, I'm not surprised that every now and then one might slip out because she went awfully big on those for somebody that wrestles her style. But hey, that's her choice. She's going to have to live with the potential pop-out consequences. Yeah, Tennessee winning it all. Yeah. I don't dislike Tennessee.
Now only at Domino's for $7.99 each. You can carry out all 5 crust options with any 3 toppings.
The funny thing is, I was the one optimistic one. Like, when I got there, like, my sister and brother-in-law were pretty freaking out that they were losing. I'm like, oh my God, at least they're up 24-0 with so much time left. There's still a few minutes left in the first quarter. You know, you have so much time to come back. So I was thinking, like, there was enough time in the game for them to tie the game and win. I was like, oh, you got 3.5 quarters left to play. Little did I know that not only would they erase the 24-point deficit, but then they'd win by 24 points or 26 points or whatever it was. I mean, my God, 51 unanswered points or whatever it was. Oh, my God. So the sadness turned to joy very quickly in the house yesterday. So pretty fun game to watch because that was just a lot of points. You saw a total of 75 points or something like that, or 80 points scored in a game. Ridiculous. Thank you for the $1.99, my Dixie wrecked. I appreciate that. You're awesome. Which half of the 2010s was better? Second half, I think. Yeah. Maybe the second half. Oh, I don't know. 15 through now? Good question. That's a tough call, man. What do you guys think? 2010 through end of 2014 or 2015 through 2019? How does that work? Big Show's here. Hey, my Dixie wreck. Do you know my friend, Barry McCockiner? He's cool. Oh, look at these guys hyping up their fist fight.
Needs to reintroduce itself to Seth Rollins. That's what I think. It's a good plan. It's a good plan. You know, I'm really glad he's on our team. Yeah. It's in the hand.
So Big Show just showed up to show... Oh, here comes Brock to show Owens and Samoa Joe his fist. Because they've never met the Big Show or seen how big his fists are before. Here comes Brock out at the top of the hour. So what's the point of this? Last week he came out to announce that he's going to be the #1 entrant in the Royal Rumble. Why is he here now? Let me guess. To not defend your title? Yeah, I'm right, huh? I'm a genius.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paul Heyman and WWE Champion Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, the first part, you had the return of The Rock, the pipe bomb, all sorts of cool shit. Daniel Bryan winning the title, WrestleMania 30, the streak ending. I might have to go the first half. I might be wrong. Yeah, 2015 and through now had its moments, but yeah, maybe the first half might be right.
Entering at number 1. That's going to be a real Brock party. Yeah, they're booing you.
Justin Whaley, I mean, maybe. Depends on the situation. Send me your information. If it's a channel that people are getting on board and stuff, heck yeah. Thank you, Philip, for the $2. Appreciate it. What did Heyman just say? I understood none of that.
Ladies, gentlemen, things that live in Kentucky.
Oh, is he doing like Pig Latin or something? Things that live in Kentucky.
Name is Paul Heyman. How stupid are you that I make fun of you and then what do? You say my name along with me.
Hey, Heyman, at least you could hear it with all the missing teeth.
I am the advocate. When a
Sorry for making fun of you, Kentucky. I'm just kidding. Did LSU just score? They did. 7-7 or 7-6.
They're saying that on their own.
Yeah, that's true. Second half was a lot of Roman Reigns. I love that they're leaving. They should. I hope they do. Like, do we need to hear him talk? Like, what's he gonna say? Brock's awesome. He's gonna win the Royal Rumble. Goodbye. God, we are less than 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble. That is crazy.
ladies and gentlemen,
If you go on YouTube, I don't know how to find it. Go on YouTube. I think it's Kentucky. There's a news report where this like car gets a swarm of bees gets inside somebody's car and they're swerving all over the road and they crash the car and they interview like a witness and he is the most country person I've ever seen. Just Google news report car bees redneck guy and he just talk like this and I'm like, I thought it was like a joke. I thought I was watching The Onion, but it's like a real thing. Oh my God, hysterical. And I think it was in Kentucky, pretty sure. He goes, I saw him running around. I didn't know he was getting stung by bees. I just thought he was high. It's just the way he told it was great. One of my favorite news interviews I've ever seen. Google it, but not now. You have to stay with me now. But after, go online and watch it. It's hysterical. You guys came all the way back now? Jesus, what'd you even leave for? We knew you weren't leaving, Heyman. Philip, thanks for another $2, dude. I appreciate it. Do you think Vince might retire by the end of 2020s? By the end of 2020s? Not unless he has to. Vince is only going to retire when he has to. He won't retire by choice. If his noodle turns into mashed potatoes, or if he starts, you know, having dementia, or if he gets sick, or his legs fall off, I don't know. He's getting old, is the point. Like, my grandmother is still alive, and she's 95. She's about to be 96. And she could not run a company. She can't work the remote control. So, I don't know how, you know, Vince, as he gets older, is going to be able to physically or mentally do the job. There's just no way. So, but just for him to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna put my feet up now and relax. That's kind of not what Vince does. So,
it wasn't a prediction, it was a spoiler. And my spoilers prove one thing. There's a streak going on in WWE.
Even if his legs fall off, he'd still run the company? Are you sure, Austin? Would he run the company or crawl the company? People power. Fuck that guy. No way.
You know what the new streak is? My spoilers. Because my spoilers are all about Brock Lesnar matches.
Your spoilers are not always right, Paul Heyman.
Spoilers all come to life. Why?
Not all of them, Heyman.
My spoilers are written by, encouraged by,
Yeah, I'm hoping that the XFL distracts Vince a lot. All right, we got Clemson on the move at midfield.
Let me make one thing perfectly clear.
No pants in hell. That's funny.
Is not going to buy a Royal Rumble victory. Brock Lesnar is not going to expatulate with a victory.
Expatulate?
The Royal Rumble. No.
I've got to expatulate. I have 2 of them. I use them to flip eggs and sandwiches and pancakes.
Eviscerate 29 other very capable men. Brock Lesnar will conquer the WWE Universe at the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar will prove that anyone who doubts my spoilers will be proven false, and that 29 other men...
Wasn't Brock supposed to beat Seth both times last year?
Spoilers will tell you the future, and my spoilers shall set you free, because only the truth flows from my mouth, and that truth will set you free.
Okay, for a minute there, I thought Raw Truth was coming out. Oh, he is. Oh, God, is Brock going to win this belt? Batista's 9-inch. You know what? Thanks for the $2. Hottest female in wrestling history? Miss Elizabeth. 100%. You'd go with Bliss? Bliss is awesome, but I'm partial to Miss Elizabeth. Always will be. The Villain. Thanks for the $2, dude. Appreciate it. Do you think Drew gonna win the Royal Rumble? I just talked about him earlier. I'm not convinced. I think WWE is just kind of making us think he will right now. But ultimately he won't. But I'd love him to. Do I want him to? Yes. Do I think he will? No. What is R-Truth gonna say?
I saw something on TV about Royal Rumble.
I saw something on TV. Or backstage.
The most favorite to win Royal Rumble. But my childhood hero, John Cena,
Cena's another name I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in and maybe tosses Brock out.
he taught me to never.
My childhood hero. I'd love to see Cena come in the Rumble. That would be fun.
So,
He doesn't have to win it.
for the first time ever, your 24/7, 48/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 South,
I-95 South. I used to live right on I-95 South.
Kentucky,
Or right off of I-95. Oh, they're in Lexington. Oh, shit.
European TV champion is officially declaring the Royal Rumble.
Brock's laughing at him. You picked an interesting time to tell us this, R-Truth.
It ain't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. You may be a big
Truth.
man, but I know you will go flying over that top rope, Paul Heyman.
Heyman should enter the Rumble. Heyman. R-Truth thinks it's Heyman, not Brock, because Heyman's the one talking?
Hey, look at here, bong hit.
Bong hit?
In the Royal Rumble match.
What's wrong with that, Heyman?
You step into the Royal Rumble match
Bong shaming. Not cool, Paul Heyman.
face to face with Brock Lesnar.
He's like, yeah, but I'm wearing this awesome jacket.
Wait a minute. So you're not in it?
No, I'm not in it.
Okay. My bad.
My bad.
For the first time ever, the 24/7, 48/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 South, and Kentucky European TV champion is officially undeclaring
Has anybody done that before? You can undeclare.
match.
Nah, fuck it. My luck, I'd draw number 2. I'd just rather save myself the
You talk a lot.
ass kicking.
You talk a lot, Paul. It's like your mouth got a motor on it. You keep it going on and on and on and on and
I'd probably do the same thing. If I was a wrestler, I'd probably be the first one to undeclare. Once I read the field, I'm like, nah.
don't like spoilers. You know what? I'm not in the Royal Rumble. I don't want Brock to take me to Sioux Falls City.
I don't want to go to Sioux Falls City either. Sounds horrible.
It's Suplex City. Suplex City. Suplex City. You're gonna have funny. Nobody likes you.
I like him. Nobody likes your pinstripe suit, Heyman, you walrus. You fucking melting hippo.
I got one question for you, Brock.
Don't hurt Truth, please.
What's up?
I would not what's up Brock. He's gonna win. Is he gonna win that title? What if Brock takes that one back to wherever he lives? That would be a good way to retire it. That would be a great way to retire the 24/7 title. Have Brock win it, take it home, never bring it back. Oh, and he just got nailed. Bring a referee in there. It'll be Brock's first match in 20 years on Raw.
With R-Truth up in an F5 center of the ring. No fun, no games with the Beast.
Does he have the belt? He's got it.
R-Truth just found out the bigger they are.
Brock's like, I don't want this piece of shit. I don't even want to pin you for it. I don't even care if there's a referee around. Where are those 9 jobbers? They're not rushing out there to chase the title. Look at Brock. He's like, fuck that. I'll keep this guy.
The WWE champion, the Beast.
Why don't you bury the meaning of the title even more?
That's what's up.
Ah, Brock, you are a dastardly human being.
Entering the men's Royal Rumble match at number 1.
That was fun. I didn't hate that segment. We've seen Brock Lesnar in worse segments. At least R-Truth saved it.
Lesnar will outlast 29 others. And Lesnar just took it to Truth. Boom!
I don't know who number 2 in the Rumble is. That's going to be super fun. It can either be somebody where you get the big confrontation right off the bat, maybe like a Cain Velasquez or something, which is likely, or Brock can tear through a few people first and then bring them out. So maybe numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are random people. He tosses them out. He's standing in there strong, and then, you know, kind of like Austin in '97 when he's throwing everybody out, and then Brett comes out. Something like that. That's the type of situation we should have. It's just, I really hope it's not Cain Velasquez, especially since we've already seen him fight and Brock tapped him out so quick. It's like, do we have to do it like this? But I'd love it to be somebody like Drew McIntyre, and then to come face to face, they're the only 2 guys in the ring, and Drew tosses him out. That would be great. I just don't know. Who won it last year? Seth, right? Yeah, I don't know.
For just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. You need
Well, that's the closest we've gotten to having a Brock match on Raw.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
It's no big deal, really. That little vent that won't stay open.
Yeah, R-Truth's age amazes me. He just looks so good. Him and Christopher Daniels are both 2 guys that look incredibly good for 50 years old.
The way it should be.
Jericho, not so much.
Hey, want to shoot me one?
Steady the elbow.
Yeah, I saw the hammer came down on the old Astros for their 2017 World Series win. They did all sorts of cheating.
We should order pizza. Big Cosmos, Harley. Okay.
Brock Lesnar will be eliminated by Michael Cole. Oh my God. Excellent use of Brock.
Rated R. Experience in an IMAX.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Butcher Move. Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty Boochamug. What's wrong with that dude? How come he can't talk? Keep forgetting to turn down the commercials when they're on. Got a commercial on the game, too. Commercial on Raw, commercial on the game. I got nothing to do except talk to y'all. So sad. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab a beer. How about that? I'm going to grab a quick one. Y'all want anything? I'll be right back. Don't be leaving. Alrighty. There. Got a fresh beverage. Ready for when the commercial break is over. Maven coming in for Brock. Maven eliminated The Undertaker, right? He did that in like 02-ish, something like that. Imagine if Eddie and Benoit were still alive and in AEW. Not sure how good they'd be wrestling at this point. They'd both be so banged up, especially Chris. But yeah, they could have like Arn Anderson type of roles, you know. Benoit could be doing something with the Horsemen, or I don't know. Eddie could be a mentor to somebody. Form a stable. Probably with Sammy Guevara as his cornerstone, something like that. I like the commentator's somber tone over R-Truth's decimation. Jan Michael Cobb. The green gimmick and I get along just fine. I partake. Oh, Mojo attacked him. I was about to say, that was smart. I nearly said that in the commercial break. I'm like, how were all those jobbers who run around every week not going to come out here now? Yay, Mojo, you won a green clock belt. Mojo, I just really hate you. Like, not personally, it's just, he's awful. I don't like him. He's probably a super nice dude. Probably listens to the channel, and now I made him sad. Stop yelling, dude. What are you yelling for? Who are you yelling at? The air? Oh, he's a two-time champ. All right. Number 2, Ellsworth. Oh, man, you think Dominic could be an entrant in that? What if Dominic eliminates Brock? Oh, my God. That would be some fun revenge. Clemson's up 10-7 now on LSU. LSU's got the ball. They are scrambling. 3rd and 4. I think he threw that one away. They're going to punt. Lana, what are you wearing? Lashley, is pitch black outside. You're wearing sunglasses.
Are you serious right now? This is exactly the type of thing I was telling you about. Like, I can't deal.
Charlie, so did you enjoy the wedding?
Yeah, it was a very good wedding.
Yes, I just...
You guys are both idiots. And why are you late? It's 20 past the second hour, and you're just getting to Raw now? Fine them. Ooh, good save by LSU. Clemson's going to be all the way back on the 1-yard line. That sucks.
A little.
Good, glad you're here to be here, Jan Michael, on your day off. That's awesome. Yeah, lately, last, maybe 2 months or so on the channel, I've been just doing Raw reviews instead of sitting here and suffering through 3 hours of nonsense every week. Wanted to take a break from those because they were burning me out. So we were doing Raw reviews instead, which would also help lighten my load for the podcast over the weekend. If I knock Raw out earlier on in the week, don't really have to discuss it. Maybe just refer back to it here or there. and it helps out the length of the podcast and stuff. So I've been liking that. But I think during WrestleMania time, I'll probably be reacting a lot more to Raw. And the plan right now, unless something crazy changes, but the plan right now is for me to react to the Royal Rumble, because I think that's a fun pay-per-view to react to. But I get back from the cruise late on Friday night prior to the Royal Rumble. Then we have TakeOver on Saturday. Who knows how I'll feel or whatever, but the plan is to do that. One way or the other, I'll be up here after the Rumble anyway. But I think reacting to it will be fun. I'm not listening to Lana, because why would you? Let me guess, you screamed in poor Chuck's face and acted like a total asshole. How close am I? Oh, okay. So that was pre-tape earlier on in the day. Okay. Because he's coming out in his gear now. Okay. Interesting outfit by Lana. I'm not totally sold on Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. I've said a million times, all the fans seem to forget that there's 2 titles. And you might think that Roman Reigns is going to get a title shot at WrestleMania, sure. But that doesn't automatically mean he's winning the Rumble to get that. They can do that at the Chamber. They can do that some other way. So only one title can be challenged by the Royal Rumble winner. You have another title belt. So I'm not sold at all on Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. He could, for sure. But if I'm WWE, I'm doing it a different way. Whoever challenges Brock for the title at WrestleMania, that's the person that I believe should win the Rumble. And then I think the Fiend's challenger should come elsewhere, like the Chamber. Just think about it. If you win the Royal Rumble and you have a choice, who's choosing the Fiend? I mean, who's choosing Brock? I mean, I understand that too, but even Brock seems to be the lesser of 2 evils because, at least you won't get murdered and your family won't be targeted. You probably just get beat up real bad. So if I'm winning the Rumble, I'm going after Brock because he's a wrestler. If you're a professional wrestler, you want to test yourself against the best wrestler, not the best horror movie Freddy Krueger villain. If you're trying to be a horror movie actor, then yeah, face off with the Fiend. Trying to be a wrestler, you got to pick Brock, which is also a great way for somebody to come in, slide in the back door like a Keith Lee or someone else. Although I don't think it's going to be Keith Lee. I think someone like Drew McIntyre would be fun. But man, am I nervous about Cain Velasquez. So I'm hoping with the Saudi Arabia show happening on February 20th now, they might set up Brock and Cain in the Rumble. Velasquez comes in, tosses him out, and that sets up the rematch for Saudi Arabia, and then that's over and done with before we get to WrestleMania. But that means Cain Velasquez is going to have to win. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know. I'm not feeling good about it, that's for sure. Surprise Rumble entrant is going to be Greg Gagne? No way. Greg Gagne, the high flyer. Never liked Gagne too much. He always came off as such a jerk. He was so bitter after WWE just putting everybody out of business. I mean, that really bothered him, and rightfully so. It's just, I guess he wasn't as bad as Mike Graham, but close, just never had anything really good to say. And, Mike Graham was just such a miserable son of a bitch every time he talked.
We're here to help you finish by offering flexible online programs that align with your life and the needs of future employers. We can prepare you.
Oh, okay. I should enter the Royal Rumble and face Brock? I can't. Do you know what would happen if I got in the ring with Brock Lesnar? WWE's meal ticket would be in the hospital. I wouldn't want to do that to the company. Oh, it looks like Clemson's going to score there. But, I mean, if you put me in the ring with Brock, I mean, all you're doing there is asking for Brock to be, injured. And I think that's very rude of you guys to want to inflict serious injury on Brock Lesnar. Makes you guys kind of evil. I might have to block you too. So, yeah, I wouldn't be that evil and that vicious to harm one of the best wrestlers in the world and potentially, end their life or severely injure them to where they, can't walk or need to relearn their motor skills and things like that. So I don't want that for Brock, and I'm a little bit disappointed that you guys do. Debs30, thanks for the $2, dude. I appreciate it. I wish Raw was 3 hours of truth. Lesnar and Heyman. That's all? You just want... Oh, I get it. Our truth. I thought you meant like Lesnar and Heyman talking. They speak the truth, and you want to hear 3 hours of just Heyman and Lesnar talking. I would not be in favor of that. But yeah, truth into the mixed? Absolutely. I agree with you, Debs. I haven't watched WWE Backstage in like 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, the Usos are going to be there tomorrow night. Okay. Reese Jones, good to see you in here, man. Appreciate it. Remember Lesnar took out Dio Madden? That's a possible confrontation. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not sure if Dio Madden would necessarily be the guy to throw him over, but definitely he could come out there and try to get some revenge. I don't know how his training is going, if that's something that they feel like he's ready for. But maybe. I'd be into that, for sure. And thanks for the donation as well. Oh, yeah, there's Clemson's coach going crazy. He is a super Southern dude. I saw him in a press conference talking. I'm like, Jesus. And his name's something like real rednecky, too. 17-7. Clemson up by 10. A lot of time left, though. Not even close to halftime yet. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Lashley. Oh, this, I can't believe this match is happening. I forgot it was. A Bulgarian brute. He said he's back. We'll see if he really is. Lashley and Rusev. Here we go. Stole his wife and tore his life apart. Well, he better win now that you put it like that. Jesus.
Couple of weeks we've seen Rusev. He's been all smiles. He went on vacation. He is serious, straight to the point here tonight against Lashley. There'll be no.
Yeah, Glenn. The week is going to be weird for Dynamite. I'm going to be on the Jericho cruise, and they're taping some matches because everybody's going to be there. And apparently, according to Jim Ross, they're going to do that when we dock into the Bahamas because they're flying Ross into the Bahamas to get on the boat and make the show or do something there. So. They're flying him in for that, so it's interesting. So I guess when we leave on Monday, we go straight to the Bahamas on Tuesday. We get there Tuesday morning, and that's where all the wrestling happens, I think, is on that day. And all that shit will be taped and then air the next day on Wednesday is what I think. But either way, it's going to be fun as shit. I made those reservations, man. We booked that last year in late June. Wow, LSU with a big play and almost a score. They're down on the 2-yard line. Wow. This game's going to be good. But man, like we booked those tickets way back in the Jericho reservations, way back in the early summer. So it's been a long time coming. I am ready, man. I just got to survive my final week of work because every single coworker I have is sick. So I'm trying to avoid everybody. I feel great. I just would hate to get hit with some sort of sickness right before I leave, which is probably a really stupid thing to say. I'm just knock on wood. Yeah, this is wood. You got to back it up, Rusev. Lesnar and Riddle, I'd be totally into that. I just don't think Riddle's ready. Or WWE's ready for him. Would love that. Would love to see him be in the Royal Rumble. That would be fun. And a Riddle-Lesnar confrontation would be fun in the Rumble. Would be totally into that. The cruise is all different. Well, the cruise is sold out. It's been sold out. There's a waiting list now, which I think is too late, but they vary in price. You can go like super cheap and get interior rooms, but I think the cheapest you could have gotten a reservation there was around $800 or $900 maybe, something like that. And then you have like balcony suites, and then you have your balcony rooms and rooms with balconies, and you have suites, because these cabins are super tiny. So we got one with a porthole, like over the bed, just a little round porthole. It looks out into the ocean, but you can also get rooms that don't look out into the ocean and are there basically just to sleep, which is all they're used for. So it wasn't cheap, but I mean, it's really no more expensive than any vacation you'd take. If you're just going on a regular cruise, probably be about the same thing. And there's all sorts of stuff to do, lots of shows and podcasts and comedy shows and music and wrestling. There's basically something to do on the calendar from 11 a.m. to like 1 a.m. every day. Or 11 a.m. to like midnight every day. There are like activities and fucking food everywhere. Come on, Bob. Bob Lashley. Lana looks like she's dressed in the old Johnny Carson curtain on The Tonight Show. Like multicolored thing. She looks like something from the very late 70s or something.
Lashley right foot to the face. And now Rusev trying right back in. No wasted motion for Rusev.
I hate it. Hey, announcers, I dare you not to say no wasted motion. Even when they do waste their motion, they say that they don't. It's my least favorite phrase in wrestling announcing. It's overused and always never used properly. Every time I hear young announcers too, like they say that shit. All of them. Come on, Bob, asshole, lashhole. I thought we were going to commercial. Guess not. Chat site forums, good to see you in here, man. Thank you for the $2. You can get your hair did for the trip. Yes, my appointment is already made. I'm gonna get my nails done too. I'm gonna be looking fly. Is fly still a word? I think it should be. Oh, that's a good spear. Jesus. All right, there's your commercial, right? Yeah, okay. That was a pretty sick spear on Rusev. Yep, Royal Rumble 2007. My plan is to record that tomorrow. I've watched it. I want to watch it one more time, make my notes, and then I'll record the review. And what I plan to do is get that one up probably while I'm gone, probably like the day I leave, maybe like a week from today. I haven't announced the official date on that yet, but probably like a week from today, I'll schedule it to be released. Yeah, maybe a Monday will be a good day for that. Since I won't be up here for a stream, I'll release that instead. And that'll be the only video on the page. But what I'm going to try to do, at some point on the cruise, I'm going to do a live stream if I have enough power and service to do that. I'm assuming the internet is good and probably even better when we dock into the Bahamas. So I'm not sure if when we're out just sailing around at sea, which there's 2 full days of just in the middle of the ocean. So not sure how it's going to be there, but if the service is good and I can do things, I will totally stream. It's going to be low tech. I mean, it's going to be just on my phone. So I have 3 computers, but I don't have a laptop, as weird as that is. Because I just don't do enough traveling. I've never had that much of a need for one, but I kind of wish I had one now. I could take it and do some really high-tech streams and shit. Reading through some tweets and some text messages. Pardon me while I respond to this text. This text that I'm sending right now actually has to do with my cat sitting while I am on the cruise, because I've got plans in place for these 2 little bastards. Barry, did I say it comes out on the 19th? Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? When is the 19th? Oh, that's Sunday. Oh yeah. Okay, well I can do Sunday. That's fine. Thanks for reminding me. I did. I put that in my Rumble Classic review, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Sunday's fine. I got no issue with that. We'll do it Sunday. My flight leaves super early that morning, so I'll just schedule it for that day. Keith Lee is teasing something on Twitter. What about the Rumble? I fully expect Keith Lee to be in the Rumble. Totally. Just don't know if I see him winning it now. I mean, before Survivor Series, I'm like, holy shit, he could win it. You know, we heard Vince was a big fan of his. we could get him on the main roster right away. He could challenge Brock. I'm still totally into that. I guess it depends on what happens in 2 weeks, because that'll be on the Go Home show, right? So a week from this Wednesday, he challenges for the North American title. Hopefully, I can watch that on the cruise. If he doesn't win that, then I can see him going to the Rumble and maybe potentially winning it. But I have a feeling that Keith Lee's going to beat Roderick Strong. I think that's going to be the beginning of the end of the Undisputed Era. I think Ciampa's going to beat Adam Cole ultimately at some point. And the Undisputed Era, after they're done with the Dusty Cup, I think they can win it or lose their belts as well. So I guess it depends on what happens a week from Wednesday. I don't know, Josiah, thank you for the $5, dude. I appreciate it. As far as the schedule goes, I'm looking forward to a lot, because I'm not also sure like which events I'm going to do and be a part of and all that. There's just going to be so much going on. I think I'm mostly just interested in just being on the boat and just experiencing the cruise, but there's a lot of good shows. I'm really excited to meet like Ric Flair and Jake Roberts and, you know, and Scott Hall. I plan on taking a belt with me. I'm not sure which one yet. I kind of think my TV title, the television title from WCW, and have Chris Jericho sign that, since that was really his first major singles title in the U.S. So, I mean, he might have won the Cruiserweight before then, but it was in his very early days. So, kind of thinking about taking that. But I got that sweet new classic Intercontinental title now as well over there that I could have, like, Scott Hall sign. And if Nash was there, I might take the Winged Eagle and have him sign that, but he backed out. So, I don't know. I kind of want to take a belt to get it signed, but I also don't want the hassle of having to have that thing with me and need to have it close by. Because I don't like to be that fan that walks around with a belt. So I'm not sure. And I can't bring them all. My suitcase will be overweight. Yeah, I don't know where Liv Morgan is, if she's going to be a factor in this or not. Yeah, thank you for that, because that reminded me. I forgot. She's supposed to be in Rusev's corner, right? Did they fire my sister? They did, didn't they? Bastards. Bastards. I hope Tito Santana's in the Rumble. You know what? If Tito was in the Rumble, he could do some things in there. I fully believe that he could still throw a flying forearm. As helmet off. As Jesse Ventura said, the move that Tito learned in the Mexican Football League, the MFL. He said that once on TV. No, Tom, I'm not going to ask Scott Hall how he's still alive. I'm going to congratulate him for being still alive. Pretty amazing restraint, you know, to put people for Scott Hall and Jake Roberts to be strong enough with their sobriety to go on something like this that is just going to be a fucking bender. I mean, it's going to be 2,500 wrestling fans hammered for 4 days is what it's going to be. So if you're somebody that's trying to remain sober, I don't know if that's the best environment, but DDP is there too. He'll keep him in line. Ooh, that's another hard hit. Flag? No flag. 17-14 Clemson, for those of you who give a shit. 2 14-0 teams. National championship on the line. 8 minutes left in the second quarter. An hour and a half still left of this shit on Monday Night Raw. Oh, Rusev hulking up. Going to beat down the Bob Lashley. Missed. Oh, wow. Bounced right out. Oh. Let me compliment Lashley real quick here. That match he had at WrestleMania with Umaga was like 13 years ago. He looks the exact same. I mean, does Bobby Lashley look any different at all than he did back then? I say no. Ouch, Jesus. Lana is in the ring. That is against the rules. Took out his knee from behind. Now Lashley's on the offensive. Come on, Nicholas's dad. I thought you were better than that. I always sing your praises. Oh, the Hogan and Warrior double clothesline, and both men are down. Oh, Scott Hall will bring his toothpick. Too bad he can't sign those things. He should have had a gimmick that was big enough for him to put his name on. Here comes Liv. Oh, all black leather. I like it. Throw some pink in there. She'd be looking very, very Bret Hardy. Look at Lana. Lana, she is definitely coming towards you. I mean, do you think the result here is going to be Lana turning on Lashley and actually getting with Liv? Lucky Rusev. I mean, that would be weird if they did that. Oh, threw a drink right in her face? Damn. Damn. Lana. I hate Lana. Oh, and Rusev got speared. And he's going to beat him. Great. After this, I think I'll go back and watch that match on Raw when Edge beat Matt Hardy and he had to watch Lita and Edge make out after the match. Well, Rusev said he's going to be free agent soon. Maybe he is. And I'm curious, do they have a plant out there? Like, in order to do that spot, you have to make sure there's a drink nearby. Yeah, I think Heenan called it the flying burrito. Roddy Piper had some sarcastic name for it, too. Oh, Coke, too. Or actually, they're in the South. They're in Kentucky. It's probably Pepsi. Pepsi to the face. Pepsi. I remember when I was a kid on the Pepsi Cola cans that they would serve. There used to be this, like, this would be in the 80s. There'd be this blue stripe on it that said, "The taste born in the Carolinas." There's, like, Pepsi museums all over North Carolina. And even in the town I used to live in, there's a Pepsi distributing center there, and I, like, knew the owners of it, and they came into the restaurant a lot and shit. Tons of money. Off Pepsi. But I'm a Coke guy.
Balls are only $3, a whole pound of tasty food. But how? It's a famous pour of this and some famous bits of that.
Jesus, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Your commercials are not annoying at all. End of this storyline, please. Yeah, right. I don't think there's any end in sight for this thing, man. I just don't think it's ever going to end. I think when we get to the end of this decade and it's the final year of 2029, it's the final month, hopefully we'll get to the blow-off by then.
You can count carbs, you can count calories, but it only counts.
Thank you. I definitely will come back safe. Absolutely. I was took a humongous family reunion when I was like 14 with all of my cousins, I think in grand total there was close to 20 of us, and our grandparents paid for everything. All three families with all three families' kids, they paid for every single plane ticket, every single cruise reservation, and took us all on this big, like, week-ass long cruise on there. And that's the last time I've been on a cruise that big, or on a cruise at all. And when I was younger, I used to have really big issues with, like, motion sickness. I went on a whale watch in Cape Cod one time, and the boat was, like, up and down. It was for 6 hours, and I puked my guts out. Like, literally, I think organs came out. I threw up constantly. So I was very nervous about being on the cruise, but I think a boat that big, it's not so much, you don't even really know you're moving if you're inside there. So I'm not too worried about it, but that used to be a problem for me. I don't think Dutch is booked. Not that I know. I'm checking up the lineup every day because it does change a lot. But I don't think Dutch is booked for that. The biggest legends are like Jake, X-Pac, Hall, DDP, Flair, Booker T, some other people too. But then the entire AEW roster, like Jericho and Moxley and all those guys are all there, so... Yeah, that's a good call, Austin. Which feud do you guys think is more just difficult, annoying, and draining to watch? Roman and Corbin or Lashley, Lana, and Rusev. Tough call on that one. Psycho Sid in the Rumble? I don't know at this point. Maybe. I always liked Sid. He was such a badass looking dude. Shout out to Cody Dobbs, who's listening to this while he's vacuuming a school. An entire school? Just you? How long is your cord? Well, I'm glad you're here, at least in listening form. You're not missing anything since you can't watch. No big deal. Just a really, really sexy dude talking is all it is. So, not that huge of a deal. Oh, so we've got a number one contenders battle royal in NXT. Winner gets a shot at Rhea Ripley at NXT TakeOver Portland. Toni Storm did come up short at Blackpool yesterday. Kaylee Ray did retain the title, correct? Didn't see. I read the results. Didn't see any of the matches though. Apparently, there's some pretty good ones. What's up, Chuck? Charlie, you're not like supposed to wear white after Labor Day or something. I forget the rule. Something like that.
You see, Rusev was the least of our worries.
We have a huge problem right now. Like, did you see what Liv Morgan did? That troll, that stalker, that girl that's just like clearly obsessed with me, which I can't blame her why she's obsessed with me. I mean, everyone's obsessed with me. Comes out during my new husband, my Bobby's match, and tries to intimidate me. No one does that. I mean, I'm so thankful that my Bobby showed his superiority.
My Bobby.
To my ex-husband, Rusev, and obviously.
I wish Lana's name was Whitney.
However, we have another
Bobby.
Situation to settle. So you can consider this a challenge. Yes, a challenge. I'm issuing a challenge that next
I agree, Tom. When Sid won the title, I was surprised when he won the title in 97, or 96 and 97, but 96 especially, but he did look good with it. He definitely did. I'm a supermodel. I'm a celebrity. You're a super annoying pain in the ass is what you are, Lana. Yeah, see? It's already starting. She's a fashionista, y'all. Even Lashley's getting sick of her shit. There it is. There's the beginning of the end for that duo.
I think we just witnessed Lana and Lashley's first fight.
Yeah, Lashley's like, all right, God. CM Punk was right. She's going to alienate everybody she comes into contact with. And send them fleeing from her like a burning building.
The following contest is an open challenge.
Yeah, I actually think the Lana Lashley stuff is harder to watch than Roman and Corbin. I'm not a fan of Roman and Corbin continuously feuding. I'm ready for the shit to end. I think it finally will at the Royal Rumble, but you know, they're adding elements, you know. People didn't like the dog food thing. It was kind of dumb, but you know, Bobby Roode is back and Ziggler's involved. The Usos showed up. You know, at least we're having some stuff happen. But I mean, overall, I mean, what's going to happen here? Is Corbin going to get the best of Roman? I don't think so. Tom, sex is overrated? I disagree. These guys don't have a title match, right? They're just out there to talk? Breaking news coming up in just a moment, according to Vic Joseph.
Story. Anyone who challenges us gets put down.
I would like that to be true, but you've been beaten.
Have proven our dominance throughout the entire Raw Tag Team division.
Damn, John Colombo. That sucks. That's not happening to me. I refuse. I've already scheduled the weather to be good. I told it to be good.
Let the raid begin.
Touchdown, LSU. Wow. It's about to be 21-17. It's a good game here. Still fight. Man, this game is crawling by. So open challenge, I guess. Oh, for fucking sake. I really, really hate these guys. I don't like them at all. They're probably totally nice dudes, but goddamn.
Right now, King, they're Bollywood movie stars. Bollywood, right? Bollywood with a B. Bollywood. As in they might get beaten down here by the Raw tag team.
God.
Eric and Ivar. Well, I mean, it is a new year, King. This could be a horror movie for you guys. Well, the Singh brothers looking to make their mark in the Raw tag team.
Ramon, good to see you, man. What's up?
What did you say earlier? Go.
And go Clemson.
Well, Samir and Sunil. Well, what have these Singh brothers got to lose? Other than their
You know, I have one of the things I used to collect as a kid, and I got rid of most of them, but I kept a few, are like collector bottles of like sodas, like when teams win national championships. And I have still unopened a bottle of Pepsi with like Clemson's 1982 championship shit on it or whatever. So it's like a 40-year-old bottle of Pepsi that's still unopened. I should crack it open and drink it on the channel. That'd be an interesting video. Channel my inner LA beast. Damn, I hope the Viking Raiders pull off the upset here and are able to defeat this team. It's going to be hard to do, though. I mean, you have to avoid getting slapped in the face by those pink tassels, getting body oil on you. They might dance in front of you so much that you shit your pants and faint. There's all sorts of weapons they have as a team. I just hope the Viking Raiders can overcome them. Looks like they might. Whew, thank God. Thought the Singh brothers were going to win the titles there for a second. Whew. Thanks for... Don't scare me like that, WWE. Jeez. It's that 1970s camcorder he was holding. Oh, yeah, that thing did look quite large, didn't it? Thank you for enjoying the 1990 Royal Rumble review. That was a fun one to do. I got the link up in the upper right of the screen there. If you've not seen that yet, go check it out. 30-year anniversary of that big showdown between Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Still blows my mind that it's been 30 years.
I don't know how much of an experience, King, this was for the Singh brothers. Well, it was an experience, all right. It certainly was.
Yeah, what's going on with Matt Hardy? I can't tell if he's leaving the company or if he's sticking around and going to get involved with Bray Wyatt somehow.
Here on Monday Night Raw.
You go live in Rusev, son of a...
Both of you waste of breath. Bob, Lana, you deserve each other.
Bob and Lana.
But a waste of my breath.
Waste of his breath.
You want to fight? You want to fight? Well, you two deserve each other. And I'm going to fight you mixed match challenge. 3-on-1, 5-on-2. I don't care. You come in my face, I'm going to fight you.
Mixed match challenge. Isn't it just a mixed match?
I don't make promises that I can't keep. So here's a promise to you. I am the living embodiment of your karma. And karma, she's not only a goddess, she's an honest to God bitch.
Ooh, swearing. Not good. Not good, Liv. Drew Muckway, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Let me turn this down a second. Random, but is that Blue Yeti mic you're using? Yeah, Blue Yeti mic. I've had it for a few years. I've thought about upgrading a lot. I almost did a few months ago. I had a brand new mic in my cart and everything, but I'm like, I'll just hang on. There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, it's not like super professional, but it's a really popular podcasting and YouTube mic, and it's not cheap. But I'm not sure if one day I want to, upgrade to the super professional mic and the soundboard and the mixer that I have no idea how to use any of that shit. So maybe one day that'll happen. But for right now, you guys can hear me, right? I'm not looking to be the Howard Stern show or anything. If I was a podcast, if I wasn't a YouTube show and I didn't have the camera on and I was like podcast only, then maybe I might upgrade. But this mic is actually really good for this type of thing. Super easy to use. Fires right up when you plug it in. Very little adjusting to do. Just got to play around with the gains and stuff until you get it right, which did take me a while, but It's a good mic. Everybody has one, it seems like.
Those who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
Lost almost 12 pounds.
12 pounds, holy shit.
Ozempic does not increase the risk of major
Is Paul Orndorff underrated? Maybe now, like looking back, a lot of people don't talk about Orndorff. I don't think he was underrated at the time that he was at his height. He was a very believable wrestler and heel in the 80s. I loved his feud with Hogan. And Hogan during that time was absolutely unstoppable. But Orndorff made you think that he was going to beat him. I mean, they had a pretty vicious feud that spanned many months, and they worked a lot of big shows. I think one of the shows had 50,000 people there or something. They worked in a cage one time. Very brutal and believable issue between the two. And I'll never forget, I remember watching it on TV as it happened. I was sitting there on my floor, no chair, just on the carpet, watching Paul Orndorff turn on Hulk Hogan in that tag team match with Bundy and Studd. Hit him with the pile driver, and it was like crazy, holy shit moment, you know? And they went on to have an extremely vicious feud. And Orndorff was all over the place. I mean, he was a heel and worked against Hogan at WrestleMania 1, and then immediately turned babyface after that, became Hogan's friend, and then like a year later turned on him, and then had a huge heel run, and then went babyface again after that. So he was doing it a lot. For that time, it wasn't uncommon for people to turn heel or babyface, but to flop so many times, it's no different now. You know, it's not a big deal now. People do that all the time. Look at the Big Show. But back then, it wasn't as common. Yeah, Undisputed Era and Imperium at Worlds Collide will be fun. Yeah, Worlds Collide is looking like a good show too. But I would almost rather have a regular takeover, like the takeover that's coming for Portland. I almost wish that Worlds Collide wasn't happening and just takeover Houston was happening instead, so we can just have those matches now instead of stretching them out. But I think it's just the way it's got to be. Yeah, I wish my friend Daniel was here. He probably is not in the chat right now, but he knows Orndorff has got some sort of history in bowling alleys. And I've used to be an amateur bowler, and I used to travel and do tournaments and shit all the time. And I swear one of the bowling houses that I competed in was owned by the Orndorffs. And I remember hearing that, but I don't remember the specific story. He probably knows. But they ran they owned like a few bowling alleys or something. Okay, so this is the contract signing here between Becky and Asuka. I forgot about that.
Is get the official contract signed so that match will happen. Let me introduce to you right now the Raw Women's Champion, the man, Becky Lynch.
Here comes Becky. I still like Becky. Yeah, last time I saw Orndorff on TV, I think it was at like one of the Manias or something. He had the long like handlebar mustache. That was kind of crazy. Looked like fucking Wyatt Earp or something.
Becky Lynch is ready to remind everyone why she is just that, the man. And 1 week from Sunday at the Royal Rumble, Becky Lynch has one last debt to collect against Asuka. She will put her
Becky Lee wearing Becky wearing a Bruce Lee outfit. Yeah, I kind of thought it was like more like I almost thought of like Kill Bill sort of, or the Killer Bees. You look like a bumblebee, Becky Lynch. Hot bumblebee, but a bumblebee nonetheless. I'm actually really excited for the match with Asuka. I just think Becky, it's kind of predictable. I just feel like she's going to win. Like, no doubt. Like the final hurdle before she goes into WrestleMania and finally likely drops the belt. Becky, will you marry me? Run that by the Messiah, whatever his name is, Rollins. We've got a big punt. Or was that a kickoff? Man, that's happened a lot, man. How many times has the ball been downed right on the goal line?
Would you have anything you'd like to say?
Just sign him.
All right. Well, without any further ado, let's introduce the challenger the Empress, Asuka.
All right, here comes Asuka. I hope she comes down like she did last week, cutting a promo. Because she made a lot of good points last week. All right, here she comes. Kairi Sane's with her. Turn this music down. You know, I read some interesting news. There's talk of maybe Io Shirai bouncing. I didn't know this, but I guess she's with shit. Now I forgot. She's either with Evil or Sonata. I think she's with Evil. And I just read some report this week that maybe, you know, she might be out of there when her contract is done, and that kind of sucks. And we've heard rumors about Kairi Sane as well, who the poor girl had the pirate gimmick, and then WWE decides to do a pirate-themed WrestleMania, and then they take it away from her. Fuck this company, man. God. I hope she does leave. What's up, Asuka? Yeah, Glenn Hunt, I'm going to miss Championship Sunday because I'm going to be flying to Miami on Sunday. It sucks. One of my favorite days of the year. But I think I can sacrifice it this year for a good cause, like going to Miami. Look at Asuka, just chilling. She's wearing a Snuggie.
Go ahead and do what we came here to do.
Look at Kairi with her little Marty Skrull umbrella trying to jab at Becky. Get out of here, Kairi. You're not the head booker. Becky's like, give me that umbrella. Stick it up your ass. All right, is she gone?
All right, if we can,
I don't know what the point of that was.
do what we came to do out here. Get the contract signed, please.
Yeah, Asuka's gonna make a little doodle.
Asuka has signed the contract.
That's it. It's signed. You better sign. Becky, are you yellow? You are, kind of. I would love it if she signed it and the segment was over. All right.
Becky Lynch has signed the contract.
We'll go to commercial.
May the best woman win.
Asuka, I like the crazy look on her face. Ah, sprayed. Yes. Yeah. That's a good point. Asuka made a good point. It's hard to argue with that. Yeah, Becky, sorry. Truth hurts. May not like Asuka, but she speaks the truth. Oh, you're fine. Like, nothing that would burn your eyes would be very good to have in your mouth. So let's not be over dramatic. If it's acid, then it's going to be eating away at Asuka's fucking innards. They're flushing her out. Oh my god, she spit gasoline in my fucking face.
I mean, Asuka with that green mitt, you can hear Becky Lynch just.
And you wrestling people, any independent wrestlers in the chat right now, anybody that works in professional wrestling, what do you do with the mist? Is it a liquid, or do you put a powder in there and let your saliva build up? Is you got a little like shot glass and you do it when nobody's looking, or is it a little packet like a Tide Pod, and then you bite into it, and then you got the shit in your mouth and you blow it? You gotta flush it. Well, you better go flush Asuka's mouth out too. It probably can't feel that good. It's probably all burning.
When they give you money, when they give you praise, the awards, the acclaim,
It's all poison. It's all poison for somebody who fights for a living, and my veins are full of it. Oscar, you are hungry and angry, and I have been happy and content. You are the most dangerous woman that I've ever faced, and I have tried to find an anger to defend myself against you.
Kool-Aid, what flavor?
But Oscar, when somebody puts their hands on me, they arise a badness.
She didn't put her hands on you, she put her saliva on you.
So I don't.
That's worse.
I don't care if they've tried to erase you. I don't care if they have tried to hide you from me. I don't care if I am walking into the buzzsaw, because at the Royal Rumble, if I have to go down again, I am going down swinging. But I swear to God, I'm taking you with me.
Hey, you left your belt in the ring. Get your belt. Becky, you don't want to be a champion anymore? All right, it's your decision. Yeah, wasabi juice. Yeah, Asuka's Japanese. She can probably handle a little more spice than most, but still. Like, if they're trying to sell it like it's some, like, acid in the eyes, then Asuka wouldn't be able to have that shit in her mouth. Just ask a doctor. They'll agree. Green, oh yeah, apple, I forgot. What fucking fuck? They make apple Kool-Aid? I haven't had Kool-Aid since I was, I don't know, 4. But I remember it.
Just straight shooting the shit and telling damn good stories. On this episode, I raise hell with the devil's favorite demon. How many times did you come close to being in harm's way?
The first Inferno match, and it was completely my fault.
I was there, first Inferno match. I could feel the heat from my seat. That's how hot that shit was.
I got a bone to pick with you. Don't miss a brand new episode of the Broken Skull Sessions. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, I gotta watch. Everybody's been praising that Kane episode. I'll take a look at it tonight.
And prepare yourself for a trio of bold flavors from Taco Bell. A taco so melty.
Y'all can do me a favor and smash that thumbs up. I want to thank everybody that's hanging out tonight, watching Raw with me, donating to a good cause. You guys have been awesome with the super chats tonight, so I'll wait a few days and let the ad revenue sink into this, and then we'll take everything and send it on over to our friends in Australia. They need all the help they can get down there, and I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight and doing something for charity. Might try to do something similar again when we do the Saudi show on the 20th. Not sure if I'll even bother reviewing it, but if I do, we might make it another charitable event.
We invented the ever-popular feet on the beach genre.
Oh, I always forget to turn my commercials down. Gotta learn my lesson on that. Also, a pretty fun, it's kind of like an invisible milestone, doesn't really count. So, I'm about to hit 6 million views on my YouTube channel. However, a long time ago, when I deleted a bunch of videos and then all of the live streams that I make, you know, that I've done in the past, the Raw watch-alongs that rack up the views, I make them all unlisted. Well, that takes away from your total count. And I happen to know that I have deleted in total just a little bit more than 4 million views off my channel, which means when you add it to the 6 million I currently have visible, I've technically had over 10 million views now on my YouTube channel over the years. And that's pretty good. That's like 1 million a year. So that's not horrible. It's still not great numbers, but it ain't jabroni numbers. So pretty cool. But unfortunately, you know, I can't like brag about it because if you go to my channel, it only shows 6 million views. But if I made all my videos public again, it would show over 10. So that's very cool. It's been a great bunch of years doing this. A lot of fun. Who's my favorite Japanese wrestler besides Steamboat? Steamboat, I don't think is Japanese. Current one? Current one or ever? I might go current because I like a lot of the current guys now. My experience with Japanese wrestling in the 80s and mostly the 90s too was a lot of tapes. And the style is different. I mean, the style's the same, but the caliber of athlete, just like here in the States, is very different now. So I might have more fun picking somebody. Oh, there goes LSU. Down on the 5-yard line. What a game. So I might want to, I mean, it's hard to, I'd put somebody like Okada in the best wrestlers in the world, you know, so I'd probably just have to put him right at the top. Damn, they're on the 5 or the 4. Shit. They can go up here 2 scores with 14 seconds left. 2 big scores, too. Jesus. All right, they're going to show a replay of him ripping the mask off. That's good. Oh, LSU scored. All right. It's going to be an 11-point game.
El presente es Andrade.
Rey Mysterio taking matters into his own hands after the fact. Will come straight to the United States champion. As you mentioned the mask, Rey Mysterio said that is the most important thing.
I've never seen Rey around town here in San Diego. And I don't know why. Yeah, I wasn't sure what Steamboat's family heritage even was. He was in such fucking good shape. My God. He was an athlete, man. Misty Carmichael, how's it going? What do you have to say?
Please welcome my guests, Zelina Vega and the United States champion, Andrade.
Zelina and Andrade.
You're not qualified to talk to us. Listen, there is a huge difference between the United States champion, Andrade, and the disgraced legend of Rey Mysterio. Andrade, he's a hero who deserves the adulation of Latinos everywhere.
I was kind of hoping they would move Andrade on to another feud, like with Aleister Black or something, but this Rey shit might continue. I don't want to see a mask match. I don't need at this point to see Rey get his mask taken off right before he retires. That debacle in WCW is enough. Low-life little criminal. Easy, Zelina.
And then he stole the United States Championship away from us. We had no other option but to call the authorities and file a criminal report against that low-life criminal, Rey Mysterio.
So stupid.
Rey Mysterio is a disgrace to Latinos everywhere.
Don't we see an absolute minimum of 1 backstage fight per week on Raw, but most likely it's 2 or 3? How come no criminal charges are on them? Answer me that, Zelina. I like his lucha mask necklace. I'm going to what? What are you going to do? Oh, okay. I see. That's what you're doing. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm just making sure.
And now here to respond to those fiery comments.
Fiery comments. Hello, Rey.
Rey, you just heard exactly what Zelina and Andrade had to say. What is your reaction?
Charlie, I'm being accused of being a criminal.
Well, he didn't do anything.
I represent my Latino people.
I'm a criminal.
No soy ningún criminal. ¿Y ustedes quiénes son para decidir si soy digno o no para representar a mi gente? Yo represento a mi gente latina con el corazón y con mucha honra. Ever since Andrade injured Humberto Carrillo, he walks around thinking,
I don't know. Ricochet's finger lube. Thanks for the $2. Better build Austin Rock 2 or Cena and Rock. I might go Cena and Rock.
that my example.
They had a year. Austin and Rock had a month. Rock won the belt, no way out. They faced at Mania. They had like 4 weeks. Plus they tried to bring Deborah into it, which fell flat, wasn't very good, and they just dropped it midway through. So for better build, I'm going Cena Rock.
I love the idea of a ladder match. And I'm prepared
Better match though, Austin and Brock.
my life to this ladder match. I understand the dangers.
I missed the ladder match. When the fuck is this happening?
Consequences. And I accept them. I accept the consequences. Andrade. Next week, I'm not only gonna just take back the United States.
Oh, I'm gonna miss that next week. Ladder match for custody of Dominic.
The United States Championship from you, Andrade.
Andrade, yeah, Andrade. You better watch out.
Wow. I'll tell you, I've known Rey Mysterio for a long time, and I know for a fact the two most things that he's most
He hates you, Jerry Lawler.
his children, his family, and the fact that
What's up, Nick? Good to see you. Yeah, I had to make one appearance for a Raw watch along this week since I'm going to miss next week. And then after that, I might not bring them back to like March. Not sure yet, though. That's all still up in the air.
In the Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black rivalry. Let's take a closer look at these two superstars who are on a collision course tonight.
Doing Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy again, huh?
My name is Aleister Black. And to some, I am good. And to some, I am evil. But to my opponents, I am defeat. My name is Buddy Murphy. And I was.
I mean, Buddy dropped the first two to Aleister. Are they going to give him one of the wins here? I thought the issue was dead. I thought when they had the rematch and we weren't given a 50-50 booking situation, that it was over. But now I'm starting to think they might give Murphy a victory here, which I don't want to see. Yeah, I mean, they're doing this match again. The good news, though, is the match is awesome. These guys can work well together, and they do work well together. But as much as I like Murphy, I like Black more. So oh, you just got off work and you've been sick. Damn, sorry to hear that. Haven't been watching any wrestling. Well, you're not missing much here. We got the national championship game on, and I'm eyeballing that. Looks like to be a pretty good one at halftime between LSU and Clemson. And I'm doing what I can here to get through Raw, and you guys have been awesome with the donations to the Australian Red Cross. And like I said, the link is right in the description below. If you'd like to go directly to them and donate, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, super chat here, and we'll be sending it over this week. Thanks again. All right, Murphy and Black again. And then you would think after this match they might have to go into that fist fight bullshit. Yeah, I actually thought that too during this segment with Brock, Heyman, and R-Truth. I thought Heyman might pin him for the title. Like a guy, like Brock beats him up and then says, "Hey, get down on him, beat him." But that would also be silly too. Like, why would Heyman want to do that? Like, I want to have a target on my back, and I'm an old fat man. All right, Aleister's coming down. I like his entrance and shit. His music's awesome. I think his NXT title run was a bit short. I feel like he didn't hold the belt long enough. Kind of like Ciampa, but Ciampa was injured. Actually, Black might have been too. I forgot how that all went down. All right, we've got a commercial break. And I'm going to make that my cue to take a quick break as well. I will be right back.
here now, I see a man that just forgot himself.
My whole life has been taking care of someone else. Now it's time to invest some time in me.
12 people who have struggled with weight their entire lives are desperate to make a change.
I'm gonna die if I don't lose weight.
Guiding them are world-class trainers Erica Lugo and Steve Cook. And I'll be by their side every step of the way.
I've seen so much change in you.
Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
I believe in myself.
You're allowed to be a masterpiece in a work in progress at the same time.
Losing weight and getting healthy is just as much mental as it is physical.
I'm hoping to gain confidence. I'm hoping to gain self-love.
The all-new Biggest Loser premieres January 28th in the USA. Set your DVR now.
KFC famous bowls are only $3, a whole pound of tasty food. But how? It's a famous pour of this, it's a famous batch of that, and a famous chicken on top of all that stuff.
All right, I am back. Sorry about that little break in the action there. Do you guys miss my kitchen? Remember that when I had the raw reactions, but really got tired of doing that, so I tried to reconfigure things. I think this works out just fine. I just have raw over here, where before I was sitting this way and watching raw over here with my kitchen behind me, and this is just much better. Looks better in the backdrop. I was thinking about getting a banner made and all this stuff. I'm like, no, dude, just turn. I got 4 fucking monitors. Just turn one over here and 2 desks and move your chair, and there you go. So I'm glad we finally figured it out. Nothing I missed in here, right? We're still up and running. 2 hours and 25 minutes into the live stream. It's been a fun one tonight. Ah, thank you for that, Colin. Norman, right? You found it. So remember earlier when I mentioned that guy on the news with the car that crashed with a beehive in it and shit? You found it. Here, I'll retweet that. If you can just go over to my Twitter. That's hysterical. Y'all want to listen to it?
That car being attacked by bees. It happened last night on Patton.
We're gonna listen to it while it's commercial.
They say a car hit a utility pole and bothered a hive of bees.
You can't see it, but you can hear it.
Eric Weimer talks to someone who lives in that area who saw it all happen.
Look at this guy. Here.
Neighbors along Patton Spur Road are still, well, buzzing about what happened.
Well, I just had got done feeding my chickens, watering them and stuff.
Feeding his chickens.
I walked back to my house there to get my phone so I could play a video game on it. And all of a sudden, I heard a big boom. I looked back out my door, and the electric pole fell, and the lines were falling, and the geocache was sideways into the fence.
Then the folks inside the car got a
feeding my
surprise.
chickens.
Well, he didn't know it, but he found out that there was a hive of bees that was located there, and he disturbed them.
And there's a guy come out screaming and squalling.
Screaming and squalling.
And running around about like a chicken with head cut off.
Anderson then says they ran up the road, grabbed a hose outside his home, and started trying to swat off the bees.
I told him they need to get out of that water, but say I didn't know he was getting eaten up by bees. I thought he was just high.
I just thought it was high. I love that.
Drugs. They say they had driven down the road.
Oh, fabulous.
That girl in that little bikini, she had a little red dot all over her.
Even Gary Lee got
she had a little red dots all over her.
Needless to say,
oh, that's just absolute gold. Gotta love Kentucky. Yeah, so anyway, if you've never seen that YouTube video, it's fucking hysterical. I always love it. It's one of my go-tos. All right. Buddy Murphy's making his way to the ring, so let's get this back up here. Anyway. So Corbin, Rowan, Ziggler, AJ, Elias, Rusev, Roman, Buddy, Brock up. That's all I saw. They moved the graphic. That was the updated field. I kind of missed it. It looked like close to 15 guys now. So we're about halfway through. Chris Masters in the Royal Rumble. Nah. No, it was Kentucky, because that's where Raw is tonight, Nick, and that made me think of it, and I don't know, I brought it up earlier, and somebody, Colin, took the time to go find it and tweet it to me. Damn. All right, match is gone. I really don't like Alistair's green trunks. They look like shit.
Another kick by Black. Black now just catching Buddy Murphy in the chest. Look at these kicks, King.
It's absolutely amazing. Most superstars would already be knocked unconscious by now. Look out, look out.
Black sliding through, taking out Murphy. And both these superstars now on the outside. And King, it was Buddy Murphy who tweeted he knew what he needed to get done.
Yeah, was everybody mad that Triple H said that Paige might have kids she doesn't know of? That's fucking funny. That's a joke. It's not a big deal. People say that about guys all the time. You say the same thing to Wilt Chamberlain, it's not offensive.
Right out of the gate, taking it right to Buddy Murphy. He wants to make it 3 in a row. Oh!
Murphy doing his best now to kick himself free. And look, King, have you ever had that?
Maybe if Becky didn't make sex, or maybe if Paige didn't make sex tapes with half the locker room, a joke like that wouldn't be necessary.
I can name a lot of them. Way back when
It's not like he's making it up.
was the AWA World Champion. I could not get the best of Nick Bockwell. Bill Dundee down in Memphis for so many years. Randy Savage, Macho Man Randy Savage, I fought him right here in this Rupp Arena. Oh my gosh. But you know what? When I got to WWE, oh, look at this. Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart. Find him like these two guys.
Mr. Black just ripped out by Buddy Murphy.
Commercial?
Count of 6.
Nope.
Murphy
Count of 6.
Mr. Black.
Better get back in the ring.
Have to quickly. And Buddy Murphy and Black, they want to finish this in the ring. Buddy Murphy slides in. Whoa, referee is at 8. Whoa, referee and Buddy Murphy both. But it was Murphy now.
Taking the bumps on the ramp like that is always crazy to me.
Oh, what a clubbing forearm by Buddy Murphy, and it was Murphy called himself the hottest property in WWE. Man.
Otis is in the Rumble. Have him win. Yeah, I think he's gonna want a match with Mandy. It's like, no, you have to challenge the champion. Oh, good spot. Drop. He was standing. Buddy was standing on the barricade. Black, almost black masked his legs. And he went right on from under him, bumped right on top of the barricade. Looked good. Ooh, just kicked him. Speaking of online videos, there's one that's kind of like that. I don't even know. It's some kid bullying somebody, and somebody comes up from behind the bully and just with like this leg sweep just takes out the kid's legs, and he just like his head is on screen and then it's gone. Just takes him right out with a kick. You know, didn't like attack him, just swept his legs, and the kid just went head over heels. Didn't even know what hit him. He will not be bullying again.
Just that here. Black trying to continue to build his momentum to take down Buddy Murphy once again. Black charging in, able to put on the brakes. Oh, drop kick.
Oh, the problem is that Paige can't have children? Is that what the problem was? Okay, well, maybe it's no more than an insensitive joke then.
Maybe the only chance you get here tonight. Murphy to finish this.
Ooh.
What a suplex. Can Buddy Murphy finally beat Black?
I don't think so. But I can certainly understand how that would be sensitive.
Family of 4 for about $3 per person. How will it? Or your daughter can.
Keep change.
Feed a family of 4 for about $3 per person with the $5.99 mix and match deal at Domino's.
Don't forget how many times Triple H referred to Lillian Garcia as a horseface. He's definitely said worse.
Could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
That's right. Oh, I remember that now, Ledge. I do actually remember that story, I think. Okay, so she can't... Oh, wow. She can't have kids. All right, well, that's... All right, so what? So her feelings are hurt a little bit.
That's right.
I think if that would have been conscious in Triple H's head, probably just wasn't something he was thinking about, he probably wouldn't have made that joke. Totally fair enough. I think he was more referring to her promiscuous lifestyle, which is not a secret. There are videos to prove it.
Hello, dear.
Something wrong here. You're scared.
Yeah, everybody's going crazy about those ice cream sandwiches and the style of the old 80s ice cream bars. I keep seeing the commercials, but I'm not aware of how you get them. Are they going to be sold in stores and shit? I ain't ordering ice cream from WWE shop. It's going to show up all melted.
Too good to let go. Get 2 for 2 egg and cheese wraps, 2 for 4 bagels with cream cheese spread, and 2 for 5 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants with Dunkin' Go-Tos. America runs on Dunkin'.
DiGiorno Rising Crust Pizza now has even more cheese. If it were any cheesier, it would sing to you from the oven. You don't get that from delivery. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
In fast food, there's value. Then there's fresh value from Subway.
Black has wrestled. The funny thing is, he's worked with those puke green tights before, and I think the last time he did, he had a big like brown logo on the back of it. He looked like he was wearing puke green tights with a shit stain on him. It looked terrible. Looked like shit, literally. Yeah, not my favorite gear. He should just be best in, you know, what's the word? Black. All right, they're doing some sort of honoring some Barry Sanders is there. I see LaDainian Tomlinson, Gail Sayers. There's Barry Sanders. Wow. Oh yeah, Oklahoma State. Now they're honoring some former legends. Earl Campbell. Wow. Cool. Don't know what that's all about, but cool.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want.
SV was turning 21.
Oh, thank you for that, Dustin, on Twitter, sending me a screenshot of Seth Rollins' new shirt. It looks like, it's like those windows, those stained glass windows in churches, but instead of Jesus, it's CrossFit Jesus. Not a shirt I would buy. But I wouldn't buy any of Seth's shirts anyway. Buddy Murphy's sitting down on the job. Oh. Running knee. He landed right on top of that lady with oxygen in her nose. Oh my gosh. She had those tubes going on. Yikes. Damn, I'm not even sure if she was able to get out of her seat. He landed right on top of her. Hmm. Funny thing is, I would have been perfectly fine, just for shits and giggles. You're going up head-to-head with the national championship game. What's the big deal? Give Black and Murphy the main event tonight. Do that dumb fist fight now, and then have them work later. Just why not?
Clean sweep here. 3 wins in a row over Buddy Murphy.
Oh, 3 wins in a row, not 2. I thought it was 3. Or I thought it was 2.
See the effects on Aleister Black, and we've seen this in the past, King. You think? Black looking for wait. Murphy had it scouted, holding on. Knee doesn't connect, swing and a miss. Murphy looking for Murphy's Law.
Oh, with the tights. It's too much of Aleister's ass for me to see. Thank you very much, Murphy. The referee stopped it. Like, is that what would you want to do, Murphy, though? If you're hell-bent on beating this guy, don't you want to beat him straight up? Ooh.
Well, they may make it 3. Murphy's out, covered by Aleister Black. Murphy kicked out. What? Watch this. Boom! I thought that was it. King, you gave credit earlier to both these superstars. How about the resiliency, though, of Buddy Murphy? That's what I'm telling you. The resiliency of both of these superstars. They've dished out as well as taken some amazing punishment here tonight. Buddy Murphy said he is better than Aleister Black. Can Murphy finally pick up a victory tonight? Strong back elbow. Murphy trying to create a little separation, and Black with another counter. Boom! It's hard to say you're better than somebody that's beaten you twice in a row. That's very true. And well, Aleister Black now.
Oh, and Black got nailed.
Black now the one who is rocked. And the door has opened for Aleister Black to be taken down by Buddy Murphy. Aleister Black is right. He is rocked.
Thank you for another super chat there. Ricochet Finger Lube, thanks for the $2. I should do a top 10 favorite tag teams video. I could do that one. I could. Whoa, what a kick off the top. Man. I thought he was going through a table for a second. Yeah, I'd like to do more top 10 videos, but they'd have to be on ones that, you know, I can do mostly from memory. Oh. But I could definitely come up with my top 10 favorite tag teams, that's for sure. Going to any Padres games this year? Yeah, I'd like to. I usually do. I went to opening day a year ago. It was last year. I forgot when that was. And I usually go try to catch a couple of games because Petco is so nice. So nice to go out there and chill out and enjoy the nice weather and an awesome game. So yeah, I'm going to try to go to some this year.
Referee continuing the count. Nobody wants to see this match end this way. Both superstars get back into the ring.
Yes, Saphir or Seif. This is a normal hangout for porn directors and choreographers. Or choreographers. That's where they all hang out. If you're a choreographer, you hang out here in this chat while we watch wrestling. Because it makes a lot of sense. Ooh. Damn. Wow. No, he'll kick out. Foot on the ropes. Wow.
Is this fun to watch or what? Wouldn't want to be in there doing it, wrestling either one of these guys, but it's fun to watch. Yes.
Yeah, Heart Foundation would definitely be number one. Favorite black wrestler ever? Got a lot. Early days, I'd probably go someone like JYD, like before he came to WWE. Iceman King Parsons. Ron Simmons. Does The Rock count? The Rock, obviously. Off the top of my head, those might be some of my favorites. Ernie Ladd was awesome. Butch Reed be another one. That's it? What? What did the referee... You botched that, dude. Shoulder? His shoulder was flat on the mat. Who screwed that up? The referee... Look at the look on his face. He knows he fucked up, I think. Ooh. Because if Black wins this, then he definitely screwed up. Dumb referee. He fucked up. Yeah, that was a botch. That had to have been. Like, his shoulder wasn't up at all. Another good match between the two. We never don't get that from them. Oh, cat in the house. Hi, dude. This is not really normal, dude. Very awkward. Very awkward. Did you walk right in front of the camera? That is the guy. He just came in to join us. Now, you can sit here if you want, but I don't know how you're going to do it. Did they show a replay of the botch or no? I just missed the replay. Eminem, Hardy Boys, World's Greatest Tag Team. Alpha, Los Guerreros, Brainbusters, Revival, Midnight Express, Hearts, Rider, DK. Wow, you got Revival on your list. And Rated RKO, I'm surprised too. They weren't. Were they really? I guess they were a team, but they don't know they won Tag Team Gold. But I felt like they were more of a alliance than a tag team. I'm going Hearts, Bulldogs, Demolition, Outlaws, Hardys, Dudleys. Who else? Edge and Christian, for sure. A lot of Attitude Era teams. Los Guerreros, kind of. Tully and Arn, maybe. Midnight Express, I could see too. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. But I'd have to put LOD on there too. Team hell no. Yeah, modern teams, I mean, there's some good teams now, for sure. I did like Benjamin and Haas back in the day. They were very good together. Los Guerreros were so fun. But I don't know if I'd put them on my top 10. There's just too many teams. Too much ground to cover. So glad Greg is back during live Raw. Yeah, I'll try to do as many of these as I can. A lot of you guys did miss them, but I kind of saw, I definitely noticed, like, oh, Jesus. Did he just take the camera out? Okay. Hey! He is messing around with my camera cord. He's going to yank it right off the top. Get out of here, buddy. Go play. Go watch some wrestling in the other room. Credible and Storm. They were fun. They didn't have a long run, but I've always maintained that my favorite team in WCW history was Hollywood Blondes. They should have gone so much longer than they did, but I liked the team. They were my favorite team in WCW, with number 2 being Harlem Heat. So I might even put, just for personal favoritism, I might put Hollywood Blondes on the list, not because they accomplished the most. It just, you know, if I'm listing my personal favorites, I'd probably put them on there. They were fun together. All right, Clemson's got the ball. They got some ground to make up here. Second half is underway. They are down 11, 28-17. The Skyscrapers, no, they weren't on my favorite. They were definitely not on my top 10 list. Warrior and Sting, no way. Demolition, man. Demolition's probably all my favorite teams are in the 80s. I'd probably go Hearts 1, Bulldogs 2, Demolition 3. Because I really like Demolition. Rick Derringer singing their theme. Badass rockin' theme. I mean, if you're going to be a Road Warrior ripoff, they were a damn good one. And honestly, you know, Hawk was very impressive. Hawk was so smooth and good and athletic, but I still think maybe Darso and Edie were better wrestlers, like overall wrestlers. You know, LOD was just physically intimidating, you know, just power, throw you around. Not a whole lot of psychology to what they did, where Demolition, you would see them do a lot of tag team wrestling, a lot of cutting the ring off, a lot of blocking, things like that the Road Warriors never really had a reason to do. So as far as like a good tag team that understood how to wrestle as a tag team, Demolition might have had an edge. Strike Force. Oh, man, so many memories of Strike Force, man. Mixed tag next week. If this leads to some sort of disgusting orgy, I am not going to be a wrestling fan anymore. I'm such a big Rick Martel mark. Rick Martel is just one of my favorite men ever in wrestling. Just a solid dude. Great worker, dependable. Now here comes Rowan in his cage, and I'm ready for him to go in the Hall of Fame. How much does he weigh with the cage? Like 350?
personal pet. Well, there's Buddy Murphy and Raw.
Ooh, there's a face mask by LSU right there. Who's Clemson's quarterback? Matt Riddle?
Set for one-on-one competition. So they able to figure out what exactly is in that cage, but he certainly gave the first peek last week, first to Mojo Rawley, then his opponent a week ago.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble that I'm reviewing this week. I just watched. Oh, he's still out there?
I just have one question.
Please, Charlie, not now.
Please, Charlie.
I'm sorry.
Please, Charlie, not now. I don't think you're allowed to sit out there. You have to go in the back. So this run of Rowan destroying elementary school students continues. He's beating up Colin Delaney's inbred cousin. Now you want to show people, Rowan. Well, make up your mind, because, like, you didn't want anybody to see. Now the last few weeks you're offering up your creature, your Kevin Dunn creature. Oh, he's going to open the thing? What's he reaching in there for? He got bit. Oh, please. Hey, that's animal abuse. What you need is Earthquake. Earthquake will come out and grab that thing, put it in the ring, and squash it. Then what are you going to do, Rowan? Hold one of those creepy little funerals? Oh, with the blood on his hand, and he face slams him.
The rage coming out in Rowan. And let's not forget Rowan, also one of the 30 superstars in the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Murphy needs a Sprite. I'm sure there's some under the ring. There's always, like, all sorts of goodies, like beverages and Gatorades and stuff. Somebody grab Murphy a Sprite. Hook him up. He's so sad out there.
Well, the first WWE fist fight is moments away. AOP, the Monday Night Messiah, on their way to the ring.
Here comes the Monday Night Messiah.
You get the no contract advantage. Unlimited talk, text, and data now for $30 a month. Now on a 5G ready network with no activation fees and no contract.
Oh, Britt Baker with an interesting tweet. It's a very nice outfit.
It's no big deal, really. That little vent that won't stay open. Except it is. That's why the vent is one more thing we check before a car can be.
Saw Luke Harper is back to having his name as Brody Lee on his Twitter. That's cool. Saw he attended a hockey game with Sammy Guevara, so hopefully talks are in place and we'll have that guy debuting real soon. Somewhere else.
Is mealtime a struggle? Introducing a Rite Potato Pig or a Rite Golden Crinkles or
Who cares if Prince Harry and Meghan step back from the royal duties? So they wave less. Big deal. That's fucking funny.
The sandwich is back. For those who haven't tasted that crispy chicken on toasted brioche, it's like...
Oh, Samoan's SWAT team is on your top 10? Nah, they're horrible.
But you won't really get it until you get it.
Oh, I like it. Hangman and Omega forming the Omega Powers. I think it's too late. I think they're about to Omega explode. Omega Power explode. That's what it should be called when they wrestle. The Omega Powers explode. How many bad boys have they done now? I mean, aside from a little bit of neck fat, Martin Lawrence looks exactly the same. And so does Will Smith. But I only think I saw the first Bad Boys, like, whatever year that came out. Way over 20 years ago. But I think that's the only one I saw. Oh, Clemson just scored. I missed it. Pulled within 3. Good. I just hope it doesn't end in a disqualification.
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and creamy Snickers.
I could do without Snickers using the word nut butter in their commercials. I'd be perfectly fine if they stopped. I don't know, Nick. Chances your Titans win the Super Bowl? You own them? Right on. Appreciate your super chat, man. Thanks for the $2. I don't know. They look damn... I mean, if they did what they did to the Ravens, they can do that to anyone. But now they got to go into, what, freaking Kansas City? That ain't going to be easy. I mean, look what happened to the Texans. I mean, just shut that crowd down, silenced, I don't know, 60,000 fans that were there ready to tear it up. Just silenced them right out, and Kansas City not only climbed back in the game, but beat the crap out of them. It's going to be tough for the Titans, but sometimes when you have an underdog like that, because what are they? Aren't they like the 6th seed or something? So that, if you're a wild card team, for them to get there, you kind of want to root for that. But I'm curious, like, what the best matchup would be. With Green Bay and San Fran, I guess it doesn't matter. Whichever one of those teams make it, that'll be good. But I think Kansas City might be the more fun matchup to have as far as an exciting Super Bowl. Something like Kansas City and San Francisco, Joe Montana's 2 teams. That might be good. But if they win, I will think of you, and I'll be happy for you.
No disqualifications, no countouts, no pinfalls, and no submissions. The only way for this match to end is for the referee to declare one team cannot continue.
This is so stupid. The referee is the one that declares if this match is over. I hope it ain't the one from the last match, because he seems to struggle doing that. It's a big bad show tonight. For real. Big Show's music is right. William, thank you for the $9.99, dude. Appreciate that very generous donation to help out our Australian friends. What did you think of NXT UK Blackpool 2? Do you guys want to tell them? I don't want to tell them. I feel really bad. I didn't really see it. I was doing a lot of shit yesterday. I didn't see TakeOver or Hard to Kill, aside from a couple of videos and a couple of clips. And that's all I saw. So I know the matches were pretty good on there and shit, but unfortunately, I didn't get a very good look at it, and I'm sorry. Too much going on this week. But I know it's a good pay-per-view, and you guys filled me in on the results, and I definitely read them, but just didn't... I wasn't home to watch it. So I can still circle back. I did that with the when the Tyler Bate and Walter match happened a while back. I had to watch that after the fact. I missed it live, so I might still check it out. And Joey, thanks for another $2, dude. Appreciate it. I'm going to basic training for Air Force on February 3rd. Holy shit. Good luck. Air Force. You put through the ringer, basic training. Good luck to you. That's awesome. I got 9 minutes to have this fist fight. 8 minutes by my time. And we got LSU on the move, down 1 score. And sacked. Are they only allowed to punch? Or can they suplex or body slam or... This is like the dumbest main event I've ever seen. I don't even want to watch it. Crowd does not care. Imagine being a wrestler and being in a match like this that you know is the shits. But you just got to get through it. You got 8 minutes of TV time left. Boy, you hear that sound? That's the sound of a crowd not giving a shit what's happening. Oh, and that was awesome. He did like a trick. Ran up the half pipe and flipped off of it. I can't believe he was able to keep his footing and actually able to do a front flip. Oh, is Joe going to do it too? Careful, Joe. Don't hurt yourself. Oh, Lord. He's going to do it too. Nope. Oh, hey, that is also not a punch.
They're done for. Well, early on, take a look at that. Kevin Owens, I don't know how the heck that even happened. I don't either. I just defied gravity.
Damn.
Well, the only two that are left near the ring, Big Show and Seth Rollins.
They better not go. Buddy Murphy is still there. I forgot about him. Look at Seth's like, help me. Help us. Oh, Buddy should join the Messiah. That's a great idea. I mean, he lost. Oh, he should. Buddy should totally join that. That's a fabulous idea. I think Buddy should get involved here and help them win. I can totally get on board with that. There he is. Nut shot to Big Show. Yes. Chris, I'll answer that in just a second, dude. Good job, buddy. Look at Seth. Fuck yeah. Oh. Show through a table. Nice. Well, referee, is that enough for you to call it? I think you found a new follower there, Seth.
This is crazy.
Chris, thanks for the $5, dude. I appreciate it. What's your first memory of a hardcore type match in WWF? Mine is WrestleMania 12 Backlot Brawl. I gotta think. That might be mine too. Or match or segment, because there were some segments. Hell, the build to the Backlot Brawl, or no, this is the Goldust and Razor. They had a really brutal and vicious backstage fight that spilled out into the outside of the building. Mr. Perfect and Shawn Michaels did something at the Manhattan Center outside, getting thrown on a car and shit. But those weren't matches. I'd probably go Survivor Series 95. Bret Hart and Diesel. That was vicious. Oh, Seth missed the stomp. Buddy gets tossed. God, Big Show is so old. He finally looks old. I always thought Big Show looked good for his age, but I finally see his age now. He debuted 21 years ago next month. Unreal. Oh yeah, if you're talking WCW, you can go back further than that. That's a good example too. Anything with Cactus Jack. Like Jack and Vader and shit. In WCW.
Well, this match cannot end, King, until the referee believes one team in its entirety cannot continue.
Yeah, it's become 4-on. Is it 4-on-3 or 4-on-1? Both Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens are down back here by our announce table. Oh, no.
Big Show, 1 week after returning. He's gonna lose. Referee calls for the bell. He got the stomp. And Seth's faction has a new member. Hey, I like it. That's actually not bad. I don't hate this at all. I think the idea was stupid. But you got another Messiah member here now. Raise Buddy's hand too. Good. Got 2 minutes left. Welcome Buddy into the fray. He needs black hair. I don't know if gingers are allowed in the Monday Night Messiah. We'll find out. Seth's gonna have to make that call. It's a tough one. Oh, he's gonna hug him. David Koresh of WWE. That's probably going to be a wrap on Monday Night Raw. Still a lot of this football game left. They do. And his name is Buddy Murphy. The Buddies of Pain. Yeah, so this match has no rules, basically. That was the best spot. Kevin Owens doing that was the best part of the match. That was impressive.
Let's go back and look at this. This is what changed everything. Buddy Murphy,
after hearing the pleas from the Monday Night Messiah, Buddy Murphy would come in to try to...
He came and helped out Seth. And then Joe and Owens got laid out on the table by the AOP, and that left Big Show in there with everybody. Who got a curb stomp, and the referee called for the bell. What a dumb match concept. They could have just done like a no-holds-barred match, like a no-DQ match, like a Falls Count Anywhere match or something like that, and you serve the same purpose here. Fist fight was so dumb. Like, does WWE think when they come up with a match concept like that, that the fans are like, ooh, I can't wait to see that? Like, just the name of it sounds stupid. Like, why create another name for a match that you already have 9 names for? All right. So what do y'all think? Does this faction continue to grow over time, or are we looking at a 4-man group here? I'm not your buddy, pal. Next week, y'all are going to have to let me know, so it's up to you guys next week for Raw, because I don't know what the hell's going to be happening. I'm going to be assuming that I can eyeball it, but tweet me updates. Let me know what's going on with Raw next week. Apparently, that's going to be a ladder match. If you have any title changes, any major things taking place, let me know, because I'll be, you know, cruising. Kane and Austin on the Broken Skull. Sessions up next on the network. All right, so there's a Raw in the books. That was kind of fun to do that again. Haven't done that in a few weeks. And like I said, as far as these watch-alongs go, they will be back. I just needed a break from them. They were burning me the F out. So I thought that I would try to do some Raw reviews instead, where I'm still up here on Monday, just not for 4 hours. And just talk about the show and review it instead and try to discuss things and get things done. And wanted to do that for a couple of months just to, you know, see how it goes. And that's still my plan. As soon as WrestleMania season gets closer, I will pick back up the Raw watch-alongs. I'm probably going to react and watch along the entire Royal Rumble pay-per-view in a week from Sunday as well. So, you will have reactions coming, basically. And as far as this week goes, for those of you that are here, this is good. How many of you are here to hear this? Put it in your calendars, and I'm going to make an announcement too. This Saturday's Winged Eagle podcast is going to be prime time. It's going to be an evening episode. I'm normally up here at 3 o'clock Pacific, which is 6 o'clock on the East Coast. We're going to up that by 3 hours because I actually have to work in the morning and I've got the evening off. So I'm going to come up here at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'll put the link up on the channel this week. And aside from a mic drop or some breaking news, not sure if you'll see me before then or not. I've got a lot of things to do this week. I'm working a lot, and I want to finish up the Royal Rumble review that I plan to upload this coming Sunday on the 19th. So that's what you got to look forward to. Thanks for hanging out tonight as well. Thank you again to Nick Musser for another $2. Greg just put something on your Facebook page. Okay, I'll go over there and take a look at that. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. This was really cool. Thought it would be fun just to bring back the Raw watch-alongs for one night, since it was head-to-head with the National Championship game, which is now 25-28. It's looking really close, or 28-25. That's the way girls tell scores. Girls are the ones that say the lower score first. 28-25 LSU up. But since I knew the show was going to be mediocre, and if I came up here and reviewed it, there probably wasn't going to be that much to even discuss because the show wasn't going to be good. But, you know, we would have had something to talk about with Buddy Murphy joining the Monday Night Messiah, and Liv Morgan and Rusev set to have a mixed match challenge, or mixed match next week. Mixed tag team match. And then we also have Andrade and Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title, and what is apparently a ladder match going on as well. So it should be a fun Raw, and I will do my best to eyeball it, and hopefully you guys can help me out with that next week. So I think that is about it. Let me just scroll back. I want to make sure I did not miss any super chats. This was a really good, fun stream to do, because I think we did raise a good amount of money here for the Australian Red Cross to try to do whatever we can to show some support and give some support and aid to those who desperately need it at the moment. Not only the people, but the wildlife, just the entire country that's been affected by that is awful. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and helping me help out our friends. It's very, very awesome. It's why my listeners and my audience are the coolest on YouTube. So you guys have a great rest of your night. Enjoy hanging out on YouTube and watching everybody's, you know, Raw reviews and what they thought of the show. I'm not going to give this show a bad grade. I mean, we poked fun at it a little bit here, but, you know, based on what we saw, it wasn't horrible. We've definitely seen worse. And the main event did not turn out to be as stupid as I thought considering how stupid the match concept was. They finished with a little turn there, had Buddy Murphy wrap up business with Alistair, giving Alistair yet another win over him, but then immediately move Buddy Murphy onto something more meaningful. And now, even though he lost 3 times to Alistair Black, technically, Murphy's on a better spot on the roster than Black, even with those 3 losses now that he's hooking up with the AOP and Seth Rollins. So I think that's a good thing, and I, for the most part, was okay with Monday Night Raw tonight. Did not think it was a terrible show. And and that is about it. If something crazy happens in the next couple days, if there's more news with, Impact or Brian Cage or Tessa Blanchard or any more drama going out there that needs my attention right away, I'll come up and do a brief, quick live stream news break type of thing. But if not, you won't see me until Saturday evening for the Winged Eagle podcast. And then the following day, you'll get a Royal Rumble review. And then after that, hopefully a couple of live streams using my phone from the cruise. That's on the agenda. So you guys be good. Have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you real soon. Thank you again. Peace.